KRSK Portland, KRSK FM HD1, Malala, and Odyssey Sports Station. It's rivalry week on The Fan.
Dante Moore, plenty of time, deep, got a man on the run, touchdown! My goodness, what a throw!
The Oregon Ducks.
We spend to win. Some people save to have an excuse for why they don't.
The Oregon State Beavers.
We've allowed ourselves to create their success. Special teams, f***ing joke. They did nothing to harm us.
This is a rivalry week edition of Primetime with Isaac and Suk. Brought to you by Roto-Rooter, the experts in plumbing, drains, and water cleanup on the Fan Sports Network. 105.1 FM, 1080 AM, and the Odyssey app.
Hey, what it do?
Ahoy.
What's up?
This show's a complete effing joke.
Why are you mad? Well, we knew that.
That's one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
Special
It's a
teams,
pretty good...
complete effing joke.
When I saw it at the time...
Special teams, f***ing joke.
I remember watching... I was watching that.
Yeah.
I remember where I was the day Trent Bray dropped an F-bomb at halftime. And I didn't think much of it at the time. I'm like, ooh, he's pissed. And I liked it. I liked that he was pissed.
Yeah, a little fiery.
But now that I hear it back again, you're right.
Special teams, f***ing joke.
It grows.
It is.
It grows on you.
It's great.
It's aging well.
It is.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much longer he's there. He got the dreaded vote of confidence from Scott Barnes, which I love.
What'd Scott Barnes say?
Oh, he said he's totally confident that Trent Bray's the guy. Hey, no worries here. Nothing to see. Everything is fine.
Does any... I mean, I don't want to...
Yeah, we don't have to.
Do we... But...
Man.
Does anybody at Oregon State have any faith in Scott Barnes?
I think that's the problem, is that no one has any faith in Trent Bray, and the only way you can move on from Trent Bray is Scott Barnes.
Well,
and so
okay.
who do you have less faith in, Scott Barnes or Trent Bray?
No, just simple question.
Yeah.
Does anybody at Oregon State have any faith in Scott Barnes?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, that's a problem.
No, I don't believe so.
I'm going to call that a problem.
Well, I think that is, and that's kind of the issue, is it's just top to bottom. Above Scott Barnes to like university, people that actually pull purse strings, to Scott Barnes down through the coaching staff. There's not a lot of faith right now. A lot of hope and pray. It's the old Spaceballs.
Right.
He's going down there praying to God.
Well, we covered that.
Yeah. But we did get we got a good drop out of it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
Special
that be,
teams, f***ing joke.
Wouldn't that be something though? If they pull the upset this week and
Yeah.
everything is right with the world.
Boy, I tell you, you ain't kidding.
Yeah.
One game, one win can change everything. Seriously.
100%.
Imagine
Football
if-
sucks, kind of.
Yeah, imagine if they win.
Well, my fear is if I'm an Oregon State fan, like you got two ways you can look at this, right? Like if you just get drilled and you just take your medicine and it gets ugly, is that the one that you finally look up and are like, all right, like let's got to do something. Like you gotta amputate the leg before the gangrene spreads.
Okay, we apologize.
Or as the season goes on, if you kind of like you look a little better and maybe you have that win-win that no one sees coming, and then of course we use that to justify, well, it's progress, and then you get another year and it's just nothing really changes. I've never understood the coaching for your job. If you don't think he's the guy and you're going to fire him, don't let one weird game change that. Either he is or he isn't. So that's kind of the funky thing, is sometimes if you know he's not the guy, the best thing that can happen to you is to just lose. Like Billy Napier down at Florida. They found a way to kind of ham and egg their way to a halfway decent season last year, had a couple upsets, and it got Billy Napier another year. And unfortunately for Florida, it kind of looks like everyone that thought he should have been fired last year, you were probably right. But like you have a slightly better, like I think they won like 7 games last year. And normally at Florida, you're like, fire his ass. But when your expectations are so bad, like 7 or 8 wins, you're like, well, we should keep him around for another year. And now you're setting yourself up for another disaster.
So what you're saying is Ducks by 80.
Someone asked me, like the BTJ does they do like a pick'em thing for like a coffee gift card every week. So she always sends me the, hey, who do you think is going to win this game? And you're like, here, this person, whatever. And this week it was the scores of the Civil War and the Apple Cup.
What'd you put?
And when I threw them out there, I think she responded with, really? ? And I was like,
Did you put 89-10?
I did not, but I think I had 58-6.
Ooh.
I went 58. Did I go 58-6 in the Civil War And in the Apple Cup, I think I went 48-10, 48 for something like that, 48-10, 48-14, something like that. I do not think that either one of these games is going to be particularly close. Now, sneaky one here is that Lanning, I don't know if Lanning is the sort of guy that for no reason will put his foot on the Beavers' neck. Like, I think he's going to want his team to finish, and I think he'll be pretty adamant about that. But I don't think they're going to have starters in the fourth quarter and they're going to be throwing the ball.
They got Penn State next week.
Exactly. So I think there's an element of let's clean it up, let's make it sharp, but I'm not certain that they're going to be airing it out in the fourth quarter or that Dante Moore is going to be playing.
I agree.
Jedd Fisch, on the other hand, you know where Jedd Fisch came from? You know where he suckled at the power teat?
Florida.
Yeah. Who his mentor was? Steve Spurrier. And what did Steve Spurrier believe in? F you, I'm running up the score. And last year, they were embarrassed. And Jedd Fisch took a lot of heat for that call at the end of the Apple Cup where they did that short field quarterback sweep thing. And Jedd Fisch has taken a lot of heat, and he's a little sensy about that. Some tells me that Jedd might, like, given the opportunity, Jedd might try to break the scoreboard. And I don't know, like, Washington State's a weird thing for me because I thought through the first 2 weeks there were some things to kind of like and you could kind of build upon. And then I watched the North Texas game where I watched the first half of the North Texas game, and I was like, that's the worst team I've seen all year. And I think UW's really good. So, like, that's the one, like, if you were to ask me one turns into like, oh my God, someone's going to get fired, and not that Washington State's going to fire Jimmy Rogers. But if there is a chance that one of those games turns into, I can't believe what I'm seeing, like I can't watch, I think it might be the Apple Cup.
What are you talking about? Fish is taking heat for?
Last year in the Apple Cup.
They lost.
And they had a chance to win that game, and they called one of the worst plays you've ever seen.
Oh, yeah. You made it sound like they were, like, running up the score. I'm like, I'm confused because they lost that game.
They ran a short side of the field, like quarterback sweep, and everyone was like,
what are you doing?
What the hell?
And he's taken so much heat for that and has been so sensitive about it that he might try to show people this time.
And when people bring it up, he gets a little testy. And I just...
No way.
Yeah.
A defensive football coach?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So,
Right.
I'm not certain for Washington State fans and Oregon State fans. I'm not certain this is your week.
I don't think
But
Lanning...
again, last year, they pulled the upset.
I don't think Lanning runs it up.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
But I think that'll mostly be because you're making sure guys stay healthy for Penn State.
Well, it doesn't matter the reasons.
Yeah.
He's not going to run it up.
Yeah.
Oregon State will still lose by 40.
Yes.
Maybe 34.
Yes.
The spread's only 32?
35.
35 now?
And Washington hasn't
I'm going to go 49-14.
And Washington hasn't looked as crisp offensively. But that's why I said if Jedd Fisch, so I actually picked that score a little lower than Oregon's. But North Texas, my God, they had 40 at the half.
Hey, North Texas.
If Jedd Fisch can score 70 on the Cougs in Pullman, he will score 70. And I'm not certain that it's going to be that way. But if he can, he's got that Spurrier in him. He will not take his foot off their neck.
You know that North Texas coach? Do you know what his deal is?
I do not.
He is the Cam Ward guy. As a matter of fact, I think he was at Washington State. He's like a quarterback.
He came over for Incarnate Word with Cam Ward.
Yeah. I think he got. Am I getting that wrong? He's a quarterback whisperer. I just read an article about him the other day.
Okay.
I'll pull it back up. I'll go get the facts because facts guy.
Facts do matter. Eric Morris is his name.
Yeah, and he. Oh, I know what it was. The story was all about how he finds diamond in the rough quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. Like Cam Ward was a diamond in the rough.
So he was in 2022. He was the OC and quarterback coach, and then that must have given way to Arbuckle. Because I was thinking Arbuckle was the offensive coordinator last year, and he left with Mateer to go to Oklahoma. So this guy must have left Washington State to go to be the head coach at North Texas.
Yeah. So his big thing is he was always a kind of an undersized, overlooked, little white guy.
Yeah.
Because the white man.
I understand.
The plight.
Finally, it's our time, right? Yeah.
So there's an article about how he always finds the Eric Morrises in quarterbacks. And I'm going to pull up the article because I don't remember the other quarterbacks right now, but I know Cam Ward is one of them. And this kid he has at North Texas right now.
Yeah.
You said you watched him. I haven't watched him. But apparently that kid, nobody cared about, nobody liked, and he's slinging it all over the place.
So he cut his teeth at Houston as a GA. Then he was at Washington State as a receivers coach in 2012. And then he was at Texas Tech, then Incarnate Word, which would be Cam Ward. Washington State, maybe he was responsible for Mateer. And now here we are at North Texas.
Mateer is one of them, yeah. Drew Mestemaker is the North Texas quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And he is another diamond in the rough that he found.
Well, they're 3-0, and going into that game, the Cougs were 2-0, and I didn't know anything about North Texas. I'd seen a little bit of the Cougs. I watched a little bit of Idaho, and then I'd seen a good hunk of San Diego State. North Texas, though, was, I think, favored by like 4.5, so I was kind of interested to see like what they had. And that the Mestemaker,
Yeah.
he was 24-29 for 211 and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah. So he was a walk-on,
Mm-hmm.
and they actually, in this article, they said that Eric Morris liked him. Eric Morris, there's something about what Eric Morris sees nobody else sees.
Yeah.
I don't know. And he liked him, and he invited him to camp, and they put him on the team as a walk-on. He was like 4th string, but he won the job.
Huh.
And now he's their quarterback, and he drops 59 on the Cougs.
Yeah. Well, and this is where I don't know with Washington State. Like, that was the worst half of football I've ever seen in my entire life. And they went through 3 quarterbacks in that game. So North Texas got the ball and went right down the field, like 70 yards, scored a touchdown. Like, just boom, done. The Cougs threw an interception, and then they actually went and kicked the field goal, which was their only points until like late in the 4th quarter. So they had interception and then a field goal followed by interception, fumble, punt, interception, fumble, end of half. And North Texas scored every single time they had the ball. And by the way, not field goals, just
Well, North Texas,
touchdown.
for those that
touchdown.
don't know, North Texas is a juggernaut.
Yeah.
And Eric Morris. So what it is? Okay, I've got my facts together now. Okay, it was a scurry. We were scurrying in the bullpen, but we're loose and we're coming in
warmed up,
throwing darts.
All right.
Eric Morris, the coach at North Texas, was a wide receiver, undersized little white guy for Mike Leach's air raid at Texas Tech.
Yeah.
He was then a coach at Texas Tech, and he found Baker Mayfield. And Baker Mayfield, of course, did not come with a bunch of accolades.
No.
Then he recruited Cam Ward to Incarnate Word. That's how Cam Ward ended up at Washington State. And while at Washington State, he also found John Mateer.
Yeah.
All 3 of those quarterbacks and this quarterback that he has now at North Texas, nobody wanted. And he found him. His big thing is late bloomers.
Sure.
Like I can see when someone hasn't quite bloomed yet, but they have what it takes.
Yeah.
And that's what he finds. He's amazing.
Well,
That'd be a good coach for Oregon State.
there you go.
Seriously.
So he hasn't lit like the world on fire. I'm looking at his head coaching record.
Is North Texas a better job than Oregon State?
No, it's not.
Well,
Stop it. Stop. Stop it.
Denton's pretty nice.
Texas cares a lot about
Stop
football.
it.
A lot of football.
Dude, there was like a 8 to 10 year stretch in the early 2000s that Oregon State I think had the second most wins in the Pac-12. Like, Oregon State, for all of their flaws, Oregon State is not like the worst program in there has been success there. You've proven that you can have success there.
Hey,
but
North
it is,
Texas is a juggernaut.
but it is a new world there, and Oregon State needs to take an internal audit and kind of come out the other side with a new game plan and new realistic expectations about where you go from.
More on Eric Morris. He trusts his eyes over recruiting websites. He doesn't care if passes are quick on their feet. He looks for quarterbacks who can process action faster than a hard-charging defensive end. He said, all the guys I've been able to coach, their brain operates so fast in practice, that's what translates to the games. I think that's the big separator. And Mestemaker is built that way, and he's having success.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. That was my first extended look at the Cougs, and North Texas looked really good, and Washington State, I don't know if I've seen a team look worse in a first half of football ever than what Washington State did. So, like, if you're a Coug fan, maybe that's what you take out of it, is there's no way we can be as bad as we were against North Texas, and we're at home. And
There's a way.
No, there is not.
There is.
Well, I guess that field goal. They did have the one field goal. It was a decent drive before it stalled out.
And there's your opening seggy.
Yeah.
Thank you. Very sportsy, sports heavy.
Someone said North Texas is the Alabama of the northern part of Texas. That's true. That's the sort of juggernaut that they are.
Isn't Texas Tech? Isn't Lubbock north?
I think Lubbock's west.
Well, it is west, but I think it's north too. I mean, it's a huge state, but I want to say Lubbock's.
Where is North? Did we Denton?
Yeah, it's in
Denton.
Denton. It's just north of Dallas. We drove through there all the time on the way to Fort Worth when I was a kid. So we always looked at the Mean Green Stadium.
Do we even know what the Mean Green is?
Soft spot in my heart for the Mean Green.
Angry
why?
color.
Like why they're the Mean Green?
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
To be fair, yeah, like
You know what I'm saying.
Lubbock is more north, but it's
Yeah.
also a lot west.
Way further west.
How about this?
Northeast Texas?
Texas Tech is the Alabama of Northwest Texas,
Okay.
whereas North Texas is the Alabama
Of North
east-
Texas.
of North or
Northeast
Northeast
Texas.
Texas.
I have the answer
And
for
Texas
you.
A&M is the Alabama of where's Texas A&M? So like Central Texas
Yeah,
Sure.
I like where we're going with this. Yeah, let's work it.
because they're having a good year. Okay, sorry.
The Mean Green nickname for the North Texas school originated in 1966 when a journalist, Sidney Sue Graham, yelled, "Come on, Green, get mean," while cheering for the top-ranked North Texas state football team. And it stuck. The name was formalized in 73 and adopted for all UNT sports.
That's all it takes.
That's all it takes. Well, that's how like the Crimson Tide started back in the day.
What about no cheering in the press box?
Yeah, you can't be doing
Sidney
that.
Sue?
Yeah, there was one. I think the Crimson Tide thing was some old timey newspaper guy from like 1910 was like, and they came at him looking like a Crimson Tide over the
Tide.
hill, and they were like, all right, they're the Crimson Tide. And by the way, on a completely unrelated note, oh my God, these Tulane unis are magical. This is just.
Well, you're watching a replay.
That game can't
that's-
be.
I know, but it's Tulane. For whatever
It's
reason,
Tulane Duke.
Tulane Duke is on my screen right now, and I'm looking up, and God, I love whatever Tulane has going on here with the green and the baby blue. It's just,
It's a nice look.
it's so good. It's so clean.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just
All
had
right.
to throw that out there.
All right, guys.
Mean green,
We will see you tomorrow.
and we're done.
Thank you. No, just kidding. We have a whole show full of sports talk. Hey, we're going to start with the pennant chases today.
Yeah.
Okay, we got some big news.
Yeah, we're back, baby.
Big goings on.
I no longer hate my team.
So that'll be next on The Fan.
The Fan is live on Network.
Well, it's kind of hard to hear, but we've got a new Sukism.
Let's got to do something.
Let's gotta do something?
We do.
That's
We
right.
do. Let's got to do something. He did it. He did a lot of dirs.
Germany's
Let's
a
got to
great
do
city.
something.
Oh my God.
You guys are doing great. I was a lie.
You're a lie.
Although
I didn't even hear you say that.
It did happen for the second time today. I was mistaken for a work staff by the ESCO crew. Although I feel like I'm moving up in the world because the first time it was about cleaning something up, and this time the guy wanted me to look at the elevator. The doors were sticking a little bit, so
Well, why
I do
else would you
feel-
be here?
I feel like I am moving up the chain as far as workers go. So
Did you take a look at the elevator?
I did not. Although I feel a little upset now because, as you pointed out, this is twice, and I've just told them, sorry, I don't work here.
Yeah, you should just go look at it.
I probably, you know what? Let me go get my. I should be like, hey, wait right here. I'm gonna go get my tool belt, and I'll be right back. No, I just said because there's like a little breezeway that like connects us, and then I always use the There's a little bathroom back there, so they always catch me going back in this little. I don't know. It's kind of a weird little nook where like you can park bicycles and there's like work gear, and so whenever I'm wearing like a work shirt like today, apparently. They don't know who I am, so they assume that I'm part of the maintenance staff. Let's got to do something. And both times I've informed them that I am not, and I probably should just be like, wait right here, and I'll be back and see how long I can make them wait.
Do any of them have any idea we're in here?
I don't think so.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. So
The disrespect.
Yeah.
I think you should go. Next time you need to just go play along, and you need to start doing like some voodoo stuff rather than tools. Like,
or do some idiotic handyman stuff, like just pull out like a mallet and just start banging
Yeah,
on the
well,
wall,
well.
and they're like,
Yeah, it looks like-
"Are you sure? Yeah, no, this will get the job done."
what is that, the Fletch? Yeah, I need some 38 motor oil, and I got to get my ball bearings for the elevator. Yeah, it's all ball bearings nowadays.
or just tell them like shh, 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 and then you start waving your hands over it like like what are you doing? Shh, shh, shh. Okay, I think we're good.
Well, I have 2 work shirts, and I feel good now that both of my work shirts have been properly identified as this guy is maintenance.
By
I
the
got
way-
something's on.
We've got a texter who was reminding us. You were talking about Tulane.
Yeah.
You know, they still have Ty Thompson there.
And I believe he's converted to tight
Yeah.
end.
Yeah, former Oregon quarterback Ty Thompson.
Really?
Yeah, he went to Tulane, ended up at Tulane. I don't know. He may have been at other places, but he goes to Tulane. Remember, we talked about him last year.
Yeah.
He played in a game, and that was the single worst.
It was dreadful.
Bit
It
of-
was so. I think we were watching it live
Yeah.
on the show. It was like a
It-
middle week game.
Dude, it was the worst quarterbacking I'd ever seen in my life.
I do remember that.
And they have now switched him. He stayed,
Hmm.
and they have switched him to tight end.
I don't see him on the depth chart, so he may be buried a little bit. Yeah, I don't see him on.
Well,
the,
he's still a green wave.
yeah, he's still there. You know, so's the BY Jew who's down there. You know, singing it around.
Yeah, he's been doing all right.
Yeah, Red
Tulane, that coach at Tulane's pretty good.
Yes,
John Sumrall.
Tulane does a nice job. They've done a nice job. This is what I'm saying with Oregon
But don't
State.
get any ideas, UCLA. He ain't coming there.
No, but
it does
like,
sound like Summerall could be an SEC candidate for jobs.
and that's
Yeah.
what, like, for a guy
For
like
sure.
that, you're going to wait for a better job. But like, if you're Oregon State, that's the sort of guy that you need to embrace. You
But he's not going to Oregon State.
no. But Tulane, wherever he came from, Tulane got him. You need to start looking in.
Find that guy.
Find that guy.
It's so easy.
Well, it's
Just
not,
find
but
him.
you can't. You're not mining from the Fresno States anymore and the Tulanes. You need to go a lever below that and find someone that can build an offense that can bring some juice. And I understand he's not going to stay there forever. You have to accept the fact that you are at a place now where your coach, if he has success, is going to move on. And by the way, that's the case for like 95% of the teams in college football. Welcome to the new world.
So I'm watching the Giants here. Big game.
Yeah.
Between Bucks Giants and my Diamondbacks.
Okay.
And the Giants. So it went scoreless into the 11th.
Yeah, Brandon Fott tossed a one hitter for
Yeah.
the Snakes.
Yeah. So the Snakes, interestingly enough, they punted at the trade deadline.
Yeah.
And they're the ones closest to the Mets in the wild card race.
Now, I will say that it doesn't matter what anyone else does because the Mets are back. We've won 2 in a row, and now we're streaking.
You keep telling yourself that.
And have opened up a giant 1.5 game lead and a 2.5 and 3 game lead over the pathetic losers behind us. But yes, the Diamondbacks today were a half a game and a game up on the Reds and the Giants.
Well, the Diamondbacks are now losing
Yeah.
5-1.
Yeah.
The Giants put up a 5 spot in the 11th. Huge game.
Yeah.
and they're probably going to hold on 2 outs in the bottom of the 11th.
Yeah.
Now, the kid that is the hero for the Giants is some kid named Spot or Rod or
Christian Koss.
Koss. Yeah, that guy.
Spot, Koss, got
You
him.
seen him yet?
According to Rob, according to you, doesn't he suck? Isn't everyone suck?
He's not very good.
Never even heard of him.
Yeah.
But I just watched him for the first time. He's got a little Ichiro look to him. Have you noticed that? Not in his face. I just mean
I
like
think it's just because he wears a mock turtleneck.
his
Time
style of play.
Is he Asian?
No, I'm saying-
he wears a mock turtleneck and
I
high
was gonna say
socks.
because he didn't. I was like, what?
No,
what are we
he's a
doing?
white guy. I'm just saying.
And he's
his-
right-handed.
The way he runs
Yeah.
and the way he's just small in stature, the
Sure.
way he kind of goes about his baseballs is a little Ichiro-esque. And I'm not
I
comparing
like
him
that
to
you called him
Ichiro.
Spot. That's good.
Yeah, Spot.
The way,
Anyway.
I like the way he goes about his baseballs.
You know.
Yeah. The way he sports is very Ichiro-esque. No, I have not seen him. I don't
Do
know.
you think someone in the Mets locker room got up the other night and said, "Let's got to do something,"
Yes, I think
Let's
that's
gotta
what
do something.
we do. We do got to do something.
and they did?
And then they did. He did it. He did a lot of doers. Don't worry.
Well-
Tonight we're going to finish off a sweep of your pathetic Padres, and then we move on to the postseason.
I think both my teams are going to get swept here. We got the Royals going up against the Mariners, and my Padres against the Mets.
Also,
Not good.
How about this? Did you happen to see any of the Dodgers last night?
What is
Yeah, I did.
Colorado Rockies?
I have Shohei on my fantasy team.
So Shohei threw 5 no-hit innings, and then they pulled him, and immediately the Dodgers gave up 6 runs in
Yeah.
1 inning.
And
then,
he hit a home run, though.
And then Shohei hit a home run, his 50th of the year, by the way, to bring it within 1, and then nothing came of that. But, dude, that's insane. You throw 5 hitless innings.
I think you mean it's obscene.
It is insane. And
insane.
then you hit your 50th home run of the year. I don't know if people, because a lot of people are bored with giving him another MVP, but dude, there's just nothing like him. That dude, no
Well-
offense to Kyle Schwarber, it is not even close.
Do Dodger fans think Dave Roberts is a moron? Because
I don't think they love him.
I
no.
kind of, I mean, look,
They've won 2 World Series.
I know,
So-
and I think you got to give him his props. But at the same time, I was watching that, and they were talking about it on the broadcast, and it was like Roberts is like, nope, he's going 5.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
it.
really? What are they protecting him? He's been back for months now.
I think the idea simply is, I'm
He's
not
a
saying
no
that-
hitter.
I don't think the Dodgers care. Not that they don't care, but they're going to be in the postseason, and it's about making sure that
Yeah,
I think
know.
they're sticking to a strict
Maybe
plan.
it's smart. Look, it's probably smart, but
It is weird to pull someone after 5 no-hit innings and he just looks dominant, and then, but isn't it weird? I mean, literally the very
and then
next
they
inning,
blow it.
after they yank him, they gave up 6
Well,
runs.
by the way, they're okay. That's the other thing, Roberts. You're in a pennant race.
Yes.
You're only up by 2 on the Padres.
Yep.
You got a pitcher who's dealing. Save some of your bullpen arm. Like, what do you know?
Yeah, believe me,
He's a moron.
That is one of those.
Expired.
I don't understand that in general, but a lot of days now it's just they have these strict pitch counts. You see it time where a guy's cruising and they yank him after 5, and they're like, no, we're not doing this.
Do you
And
think
I don't
Dave
understand
Roberts? Do you think he'll be a good coach at Oregon State?
I'm not sure.
Football.
I'm not sure they're able to, like, kind of a, what is that, a Ted Lasso sort of situation? What does Dave Roberts make? 'Cause I'm not sure the Beavs are matching that.
So Cal Raleigh, 55 and 56 last night,
Ties now, Ken Griffey Jr. for the Mariners record.
and he passed Mantle too for
yeah.
the most home runs by a switch hitter.
I mean, it's by far the greatest season in offensively in catching history.
Yeah, and now the talk is, and Buck was telling us before the show, Aaron Judge is still the overwhelming favorite for AL MVP.
Yep.
He has better numbers.
Yeah.
But the fact that Raleigh's a catcher and he's closing in on 61,
And by
Roger Maris and Judge.
by most metrics, he has been the top 3. I've seen him, like, some people have him 4 or 5, some people have him 2, but he has been one of the, let's safely say, the best 3 or 4 catchers in Major League Baseball this year.
Wonder if he's going to win MVP. You can get him at plus 280, I think. You
Plus
said?
270.
270.
I've been listening to a lot of the pundits, and they're saying if he gets to 60,
Yeah.
which I think is silly. Like,
I know.
you're at 56.
What's the difference?
What's the difference between if he gets to 58, we're like, nope, we can't overlook the discrepancy and Judge is the guy. But if he gets to 61, now we're all of a sudden we're like, yep, clearly the MVP either he is or isn't. And I get that Aaron Judge is having a better overall season at the plate. Totally understand that.
No question.
But to me, I look at it and I say, is Aaron Judge having a historic season for a designated hitter or an outfielder? Is he having an historic season?
Well, okay, that's funny you bring that up because he actually kind of is when you consider what everyone else is doing.
No, I'm not saying what everyone else is doing in the history of
Well,
the game.
but I think context matters because we were actually going to have a discussion about this at some point. Because batting average, like Trey Turner is probably going to win the NL batting title.
Yeah.
And he's batting 305.
Well, I didn't look at it. Remember, we did this about a month ago, and what did we say? There was 9 or 10
Yeah.
guys in all of Major
There
League
are
Baseball
only 8 now.
that are hitting above
There-
300.
Yes, and there are only 2 in the NL.
Yeah.
One is Trey Turner, who could win the batting title, batting 305,
Sure.
which would be the lowest in NL history. Nobody's ever won a batting title with that low of an average. Now, I think one of the things that should be pointed out is that when Carl Yastrzemski, so he hit 301. This is the AL. He got a batting title hitting 301. This was 19 whatever year that was. The year of the pitcher. When was that? It was in the 70s, 60s, 70s.
In the 60s or
I forget
70s.
the- I
Mutton
forget-
Chop Yaz.
I forget the year, but he hit 301 and won the batting title. But what they said was he was 31% better than the league average that season.
Sure.
Bill Terry, who won the batting title in 1930 with an average of 401, was 31% better than the average that season. Do you see what I'm getting at?
I see where you're getting.
In other words, Aaron Judge hitting 328 in a year where there are only 7 other batters even over 300. You said historic. Well, it still kind of is historic compared to what everybody else is doing. Now, we may not view it as historic because we compare it to the big Albert Pujols years or the big steroid guy years.
Sure.
Well, the context is he is actually outperforming the rest of the league by the same percentage as some of those guys were back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's context. So, and I'm not answering the question. I don't know, but it seems as though in a year where batting average is way down, Aaron Judge hitting almost 330 is pretty freaking remarkable.
You know what? Valid point. You're on a roll the last 2 days.
What has gotten into you two?
Yeah, I don't know where these hot takes are coming from. What happened to my old lovable
Sage
dumb?
old sports wisdom.
Yeah, where is shove your the pumpkin? I don't know what you're doing here with these
Shove
rational
the
takes.
What does that mean?
One of the great Isaac.
You can shove that up your little pumpkin ass. Well, I do both. I'm versatile.
And so I understand what you're saying, but at the end of the day, to me, 326, 48, and 103. That is a really nice season.
Yeah. It's
That-
amazing.
That is an amazing season. That isn't even a top 20 all-time season for
Well,
offensive.
but it might be compared to. That's what I was just saying.
I know, but you're doing the comparative thing.
Yeah.
Context. We have seen this from Aaron Judge, and we've seen this from dozens of other players that have put up these numbers. We have never seen from a catcher. We've never seen 247, 56, and 118 and still playing a gold glove level. This is the greatest season for a catcher in Major League history. It is. So to me, and he's going to take his team to the postseason. So to me, if you said a catcher is having the greatest season in the history of baseball at that position versus a guy that's having a great year comparatively to the rest of the league, but is not a historic season in any shape or form compared to what we've seen in the past from Bonds and Griffey, and you mentioned Pujols and A-Rod. To me, that's enough to say yes. To me, I would not even blink at casting my MVP for Cal Raleigh.
What if I told you Judge's season this year is the best compared to the rest of the league? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
And I don't know if it is, but it might be.
It's
You know what I'm saying?
it's possible. But to me, one is
But I'm not
historic
gonna die on-
and one is
I won't die
really
on that
good.
hill. Look, I don't care about Aaron Judge or the Yankees. I
Nor
think
do I.
Cal Raleigh should be the MVP because he's the catcher. It's amazing. And he's the dumper. He's lovable.
Yeah.
Judge,
Judge already has a
Ex-
couple too.
yeah, get outta here.
You know.
you just get out of here.
There's part of that too where
You get.
I don't know if Cal's ever going to do this again. Judge will keep doing this. Yeah. And he already has 2, right?
Does he have 2?
I
Yeah,
think he has 2.
Yeah. This
So-
will be his 3rd.
Tani, by the way, Otani's going
4th?
into rarefied. I think that's 5.
Is it 5?
I think
if he wins this year.
Outside of Bonds, I think he will be more than any other player in Major League history.
Well, conveniently timed 10-game win streak for your Seattle Mariners. They are a half game up on the Astros, and Seattle will be in Houston on Friday night.
Huge series.
mine?
And Tawny Art, I was looking, he has 3, so this would be his 4th. I
Yeah.
stand corrected. Still, will be the second most. No one has 4 besides Bonds.
We have a college football candy corn coming up.
Candy corns.
And now Adam Silver caught in a lie, apparently, by Pablo Torre, who's catching everyone.
Yeah. Don't mess with that dude.
No, because he's systematic in his
Well,
takedowns.
he's going to find out is what he's going to do.
Well, they are effing around.
It's right there in the title.
All right. Oh, yeah, his podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, Pablo Torre finds
Oh,
out.
I thought you were talking about effing around and finding out.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's a famous,
That's
know.
famous, yes.
Also, yeah.
By the way, yeah, we'll get to it next. I learned something today that you're going to laugh at me about. But what's new? Here's Buck.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with the Sports Center update. First on the Fan on the Diamond. The Mariners still half a game up on the Astros after winning their 10th straight on Tuesday night. They're in Kansas City again this evening, sending Bryce Miller to the hill. Cole Reagans gets the ball for KC. First pitch is at 4:40. Houston hosts the Rangers at 5:10. It'll be Christian Javier on the mound for the Astros, Jacob deGrom on the bump for Texas. In the NFL, the 49ers say Brock Purdy could play Sunday in a big NFC West matchup between San Francisco and Arizona. Purdy was expected to miss 2 to 5 weeks with a toe injury. Speaking of toe injuries, the Bengals say that Joe Burrow could return this season despite being on the shelf for 3 months after his toe surgery. And in New York, Tyrod Taylor will take over the starting QB duties for the Jets as Justin Fields has been ruled out with a concussion. In the college game, Colorado going back to Caden Salter at quarterback a week after they turned the reins over to third stringer Ryan Staub, who struggled against Houston. Julian Lewis will remain the backup for Coach Prime. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley at the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Recruiting with Andrew Nemec, Thursday evenings at 7 after
All right, we're a little backed up here because new things keep popping into my head. So I just wanted to tell you real fast that I'm back to being a dum-dum because I did not know. I learned this today, and I'm blown away. You know the nodding guy meme?
Yeah. Oh my God! You
Didn't
didn't
know.
realize that was Robert Redford?
No,
Hand up. Neither
you didn't
did I.
either. That's Robert
I
Redford.
initially saw it like years and years and years ago, and I thought it was like Zach Galifianakis doing like a 70s bit. And then I look closer, I'm like, oh, that's not him. I guess it's just some random woodsman.
Yeah,
I mean, I
the
just,
woodsman.
And then one of my buddies was sharing it today, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
At best,
Oh
it looks
my
like a
God.
fat Redford.
It's Bob Redford.
It looks more like me than Robert Redford.
I totally agree. It looks like Zach Galifianakis.
No, it's from Jeremiah
Johnson. Oh, or Johnson. So yesterday when we were talking about Robert Redford, a couple of people text Jeremiah Johnson in on the text line, and I had no idea what they were talking about. I just assumed, because I'm not a huge movie guy,
No.
so I just assumed they were talking about a Robert Redford character or something that he played. That was the name of the movie.
His
I
name of the
guess.
movie, and
Never
he plays Jeremiah Johnson,
Yeah.
who's a mountain man.
Yeah, and I'd never heard of it. The only thing I know, along with everybody who's under the age of 30, is he is the nodding guy meme. It's probably like one of the most popular memes on internet.
Yeah.
That people share, and it's just if you haven't seen it, it's just it's actually Robert Redford, which is really wild
It's
because
like a
it doesn't
dude
look
sitting
like
on a
him.
log, and he turns around, and he kind of has this faraway look, and he just gives a nod.
He
He's
just
bearded.
gives you a thumbs up. He
Yeah.
gives you like the
Yeah,
it's
just
like an
nods.
approval meme.
Boy, if you're Zach Galifianakis, is that the greatest moment of your life that everyone thinks
Probably.
that you're Robert Redford?
Was that the fattest Robert Redford ever was?
Yeah,
Because
he-
he's a handsome guy, and he
Well,
just looks beefy there.
And
Yeah,
he's-
he does.
And it's if you've seen the movie, and by the way,
Have not.
Haven't.
it's a good flick. It's actually I think he might have been nominated for it, but it's a little slow moving. He does play kind of a burly mountain man, but it's more of the angle. Like if you actually watch that movie, he is not fat in it. He just it's because of the beard and the hair and the way he's angled. If you actually watch it, he is not like here.
Well,
you'll
my
laugh.
mind's blown.
So this is the same movie. That's him,
Oh wow.
right?
Yeah, he looks just like.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like Robert Redford.
He looks like Robert Redford
With a beard.
with a little scruffier. And then,
But can you admit though that in that meme that doesn't look like Robert Redford?
I
Because
still don't think it looks like
it
him,
doesn't.
knowing that it is him.
Yeah, I'm even looking at it going, is that really him?
Are we sure?
I don't know. I always knew
It doesn't look like him.
Well, I mean, I never knew it wasn't because again, like we watched those movies growing up. My dad always watched those, so I can see where you think it's Zach Galifianakis, but you don't think that looks like Robert Redford?
No,
No.
at all. I think it looks exactly like Zach Galifianakis.
And now I think it doesn't look like Zach Galifianakis, but I still don't think it looks like Robert Redford.
And the haircut, like what's going on there?
Well, again,
Looks like a Karen.
well, he plays a mountain man. Let's got to do something.
I'm sure the movie's great.
And throughout the course of
All
the
right.
movie, the look changes quite a bit.
Okay, so I have. Do you guys like trivia?
I do.
We do. We did Trivial Pursuit. Was
And
it
now
earlier
we
this week?
know who. That's the trivia. Who is the nodding mountain man?
Yeah, he had to die for me to hear a deal on OPB about him. I'm like, they had a whole interview about that meme. I'm like, what?
Is it weird that for probably anyone under the age of 30,
That's what they were talking
that's
about.
what they only know Robert Redford as the nodding mountain man, and they don't even know it's Robert Redford. Boy, that's
Yeah, I don't know that. I would venture to guess that if you took a poll of all the people that have seen that meme that are young,
Yeah, no one.
they don't know it's Robert Redford.
I mean, just total people that have seen that meme, 50-50, don't know it's him?
oh, I think more.
More?
Yeah, I think more.
Boy,
Because I don't think those kids, like the young people, didn't even know Robert Redford anyway.
no. I assumed that I assumed
100 times?
More.
that
200
people
times.
knew,
More.
but I
500 times.
Probably. No, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. It's blown my mind. No, I have hot trivia now. This pertains to what we were talking about with baseball. We wrap up our baseball conversation, and then we'll get into our college football candy corn coming up. This is 105.1 The Fan.
It's called sports. It's called baseball in particular.
Dirt and spray. Dirt and spray.
I'm Dirt.
on the Fan Sports Network.
College football candy corn next hour, okay? Lot to get to. But I will wrap up this hour with a hot, very smoking hot trivia question for you, and it is sports.
Okay.
Okay, so we were talking a little baseball. Now that does not mean the answer to this trivia question is baseball teams.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be.
All right.
Okay.
But it probably will be.
It's called baseball in particular.
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Which of the major sports franchises in the United States, and that would be NHL, NBA, MLB, NFL, have not won a playoff game in front of their home fans since the death of Princess Diana?
What year did Princess Diana die?
She passed away on August 31st of 1997.
This is 97. God, we're way back there. All right. Are the Cowboys one of those?
No.
Okay. Because they have not won many.
Now, I will give you a hint to speed this along.
Okay.
There are only 3.
It's only 3.
One is pretty obvious because, well, it's just obvious.
It is, huh?
And the other 2 are the main answers. Yeah.
It's obvious.
I'll just give you the obvious one. It's the Kraken.
Oh.
But, you know.
Okay, just because they're new.
Yeah, just because
Yeah,
they're new.
they're-
So
not,
that,
not a lot of opportunity.
so the other 2 are not like that.
Okay.
So only 2.
Okay, so I'm thinking of who's just been completely inept. I mean, my God. Because the Rockies have been to a World Series, and they stink.
I saw something about a drought recently. Are the Miami Dolphins on there?
No.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Wrong.
Wrong. Can you give me the sport? Because it's just such a wide
One
range.
is baseball,
One's baseball.
and the other is NFL.
It's not the Mariners, is it?
Nope.
Because they've never been to a World Series. So you got one baseball, one NFL. Who else in baseball?
So again, the question:
A's maybe in 97?
No, they've had plenty of playoff wins since
which
then.
of the major sports franchises in the United States have not won a playoff game in front of their home fans since the death of Princess Diana?
Are the Reds one of them?
The Reds, yes. Cincinnati. Nice. Good call.
I remember because they had
How
the
did you know
chance.
that?
They had the chance to do it in 2012 against the Giants, and the Giants reverse swept them in the NLDS. Matt Latos had a 5-run lead, and Buster Posey grand slammed his ass out of the game.
It's funny because I don't really think of the Reds as being an inept
I don't either.
organization. Because when I was growing up, I mean, that was a World Series team. You know, the Bad Boys and Barry
Yeah.
Larkin and Eric Davis. But since then,
But Joey Votto got him to the playoffs,
Yeah,
didn't they?
yeah.
Didn't he? Or
I don't, not very often. I mean, that was kind of thing. As Votto
not.
was one of those great players that just wallowed in misery. You said one NFL
one
team,
NFL
right?
team. Yep.
This is going to be weird because I know they're good now, but they haven't had tremendous success. Is it maybe the Buffalo Bills?
Nope.
Because they went to the 4 Super Bowls, and then after that, they didn't make the playoffs for a long time. And now under Allen, I know they've won some playoff games, but I'm like, maybe they didn't win at home.
What about the Browns?
Ooh, that's good.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Buckley for the win. That's it. The Kraken, the Browns, and the
What
Reds.
a prestigious list.
It really isn't.
A dubious list.
The most dubious one, though, is the most shocking one of those weird trivia questions is.
I should have given you the hint that both are in the same state.
Yeah, that would have worked. Since the Cowboys' last Super Bowl, every team in the NFC has played in the NFC title game, but the Dallas Cowboys. And so I kind of got roped into a little bit of that, the gambler and his team. You were talking about it, the Netflix series. And while I think most of Jerry Jones is lying and pathetic, it is an interesting little look. God, it's long though. But it's amazing to think about, again, going back to my childhood, how good those Cowboy teams were. And every team has at least had a chance to go to the Super Bowl since the, whatever that was, 90, whatever, when the Cowboys last made the Super Bowl with Switzer. I think that was 97, 98. Every team's had a chance to go to the Super Bowl in the NFC but the Dallas Cowboys. I find that stunning.
It's sad.
It is. Just goes to show you.
And kind of funny, too.
Who was really the brainchild behind all that. But,
Exactly.
you know.
All right, college football candy corn coming up next. We got a guy petitioning for his 6th and 7th years of eligibility, the new Cam McCormick.
Yeah, he's suing.
We've got another quarterback change at Colorado. And Who is the most accurate quarterback in college football thus far? All that coming up next in our college football candy corn on the Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with this Sports Center update. First on the Fan, a big night for the Mariners once again. They are riding a 10-game win streak, looking for number 11 tonight in Kansas City. still sitting half a game ahead of the Houston Astros in the AL West. Bryce Miller will take the hill tonight against Cole Reagans for KC. First pitch from Kauffman at 4:40. Meanwhile, the Houston Astros hosting the Rangers at 5:10. Christian Javier on the mound for Houston. Jacob deGrom on the bump for Texas. In the NFL, the 49ers say that Brock Purdy could play this Sunday in a big NFC West tilt between San Francisco and Arizona. Purdy was expected to miss 2 to 5 weeks with a toe injury. Tyrod Taylor will take over the starting QB duties for the Jets as Justin Fields has been ruled out with a concussion. They get the Bucs this weekend. Meanwhile, Bengals say that Joe Burrow could return this season. He's expected to be out 3 months after toe surgery. Not sure why they'd bring him back. And in the college game, Colorado has gone back to Caden Salter at quarterback a week after turning the reins over to third stringer Ryan Staub. Julian Lewis will remain the backup for Coach Prime and company. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley, George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
This is a Rivalry Week edition of Primetime with Isaac and Suk.
You top of your helmet!
Brought to you by Roto-Rooter, the experts in plumbing, drains, and water cleanup. Oregon versus Oregon State.
Masoli to throw it. Takes off. Delivers a shot and makes the first down. Lance Mitchell came up to meet the quarterback. Masoli won the battle.
It's Rivalry Week on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM, 1080 AM, and the Odyssey app.
All right, welcome back.
John.
Second hour of our radio program.
Sucker.
Here today. We're going to get to some college football candy corn because we've got a lot of news and notes to cover, including Diego Pavia, my new favorite college quarterback behind John Mateer.
There's some
and
transfer
Jalen Daniels.
Transfer portal news happening.
So actually, he's my third favorite college quarterback. But I do like watching him play. I think he's really good.
Where's Mestamaker fall into the rankings?
I haven't seen him.
Oh, okay.
I respect him, but I haven't seen him.
What, you didn't watch that?
No.
Just
No.
that barn burner of a Washington State North Texas game?
Nope.
To be fair, can I say that I just stumbled across it?
What channel was it on?
I don't know. So I have on my little streaming box, I just have all the college games that just line up in one column.
I'll guess and say the CW.
And so I was just.
Oh, maybe.
So I never know where anything is. I just scroll through, and I just was like, oh yeah, Washington State, and then I clicked on it. And it was early in the game. I was like, oh, yeah, I actually kind of want to see some of this because I had only seen a little bit of the Cougs in their first 2 games. And then I ended up it was like watching a train wreck. I couldn't look away. I kept going back to it and was like,
Yo, let's got to do something.
Let's got to do something, Cougs.
Cougs.
Let's got to do something.
Well,
also the Longhorns. It was a weird day of watching college football. I ended up hate watching.
Well,
a lot of bad football.
Look, you got a problem because us plebes out in the regular world, we don't have all the games like that.
No.
So we only watch. I mean, the only way I would watch a Washington State North Texas game is if I bet on it, and I didn't.
Yeah.
So
I
would seek it out otherwise.
I'm weird in that
I bet on it.
Did you win?
Yeah, I had North Texas,
Okay,
and that
good.
was easy.
Did you watch it?
Some. I watched enough to know that the bet was a no sweat.
There's just I get little weird worms in my head where I'm like, oh, I want to see what this looks like. And I'll find myself kind of being enthralled with it. It was like with Texas. Every time I'd flip over to the Texas game, I was like, oh my God, how bad does Arch Manning look? His mechanics. And so I just find myself going back to that because there's just, for whatever reason, there's games that even if they're not competitive, see the Washington State game, I just found myself going back to it. It's like a sickness. Football sucks, kind of. But sometimes football that sucks, to me, can actually be more interesting to watch.
That's why you said kind of.
That's why, yeah, it kind of sucks.
So Diego Pavia is the quarterback at Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
Does a nice little job. Scrappy little ball player.
He's a gamer.
I believe Vandy 3-0.
Yeah. And his mom's going out with Theo Vaughn now.
Has that been confirmed?
I don't know.
So Diego went on his Twitter and he shared a screenshot of Diego saying, okay, I'm paying up on my end. Here's my DM to Tate McRae. So now you got to set me up with your mom.
So Diego Pavia sent. Okay, wait. Let's go all the way back.
Yeah. Diego Pavia told comedian and podcaster Theo Vaughn that if Vanderbilt beat South Carolina, he would set Theo Vaughn up on a date with his mom, Diego's mom.
Because Theo always said he wanted to date a nurse.
Yes.
And she's a nurse.
Yes.
Which is kind of a weird tie-in, but okay.
And so then Cole Kubelik, the sideline reporter, talked with Theo Vaughn about it on the broadcast, and people were like, whoa, why would Diego do that? And he said, well, Theo forgot to mention the other part.
Is Theo a Vanderbilt guy?
I don't know.
Couldn't tell you.
Maybe a South Carolina guy?
don't know where.
Oh,
all
maybe
that's
South
Like it
Carolina.
was like a bet between them.
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of?
yeah. That would make more sense. I mean, that,
Yeah.
knowing what we
I
know
mean,
of Theo Vaughn, he's more South Carolina than
Vandy,
he
the
is
most prestigious
Vanderbilt.
academic institution in the SEC.
That makes sense, though. Okay. And they won. Vanderbilt won.
And so then Diego took to Twitter to say he forgot the other part of the bet where if I set him up with the date with my mom, he has to set me up with Tate McRae, who is
Yeah.
a young,
And-
hot singer.
Apparently, he knows Tate McRae.
Or at least thinks
And
he
so-
knows him well enough being in the celeb circles.
Hasn't Vaughn now said he has sent a message to Tate
Yes.
McRae?
Yeah, Diego has, or Vaughn screen capped his DM to her on Instagram and said, here's what he looks like. You interested in going out with this guy?
And
If
as
the answer
far
is
as-
no, you can go with me too.
Yeah, as far as we know, Tate McRae has not responded. But to Theo Vaughn's credit, he did send the message. And by the way, this whole Travis Kelce thing, dude, shoot your shot, boys.
Yeah.
You put it
Might
out
as
on
well.
social media,
This is how it's done now.
stuff happens.
So anyway, Diego Pavia is petitioning for a 6th and 7th year of eligibility.
Yes.
And I believe he's already won his 6th. And they're talking about his 7th.
Well, he's playing.
He's
this
playing
year,
in his
so-
sixth, yeah, right now.
Well, then why is he petitioning for a 6th?
No, he won that petition. He's playing in it, and now
Well,
for seventh, right?
The story I read said he was petitioning for 2 more years. So,
2 more.
yeah, I don't know.
Well, and by the way, there's no red shirts in there. He's just saying I want to play more because this
Yeah.
has been kind of thrown around. Someone else challenged it earlier this year. I forget who it was, but USC was going through this. I think Miami. So we've had some players that are challenging the eligibility rules of college football because basically you can get paid now. So it's like, well, I want to stay here and play more ball. I don't really have an NFL future, but I can make money here. And why? How can you tell
Well,
me?
yeah.
No?
I mean, you're talking about. I mean, he said that he was offered $3 to $4 million.
Yeah.
So
Which I don't really buy, but
yeah,
you know.
he may be full of it on
Yeah.
that. But what he's saying is, hey, this is important to me because if I'm not going to the NFL, I got to capitalize.
Yes.
Now, what he's also saying, he's quoted the On3 story and said, "Cap, this is my last year." Cap is a slang for that's a lie.
Yeah.
So he's even though this is maybe being challenged, he's saying he's not coming back even if this were to win, which doesn't make any sense. But that's what he's saying.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
He's 24 years old.
Yes. But, dude, I have no doubt in my mind that if given an opportunity to come back and play again, he would. I mean,
Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you turn down, or you wouldn't turn down
Says he's not.
money?
Outside of sports, is
because
there
he's not going to win it.
is there another profession that you have to pounce at ages 19 through 24
Gymnastics, maybe. You have to actually.
outside of sports?
Oh, outside of sports. Gamers.
Yeah,
By
got
the
to
time,
be young.
I guess by the time you're like 20, 21, you're washed up.
Isn't that a sport though?
Is it?
Embrace debate.
Yeah, I don't know. No, outside of that, no. It's and it has to be anything physical. I mean, because you're never at your peak at 19, 20,
Yeah.
21. Nothing like that.
Can you name the player who has participated in the most plays in college football history? Now, Pavia's got a long way to go
Yes.
because he's been a starter. He was at New Mexico State, I think, or somewhere like that.
The most plays.
This is only his 4th year start.
Is it someone that played both sides of the ball or just one?
No, just one.
Is it Dylan Gabriel?
He's number 2.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, Gabriel, Bo Nix.
Nix is down the
Is it
list.
Cam McCormick?
He hasn't
no.
played in that many.
No, I
he
know-
was
yeah,
always
that's right.
hurt. It's going to be someone from the COVID era.
He is not.
Really?
No.
Before the COVID guy?
Yeah. Before the COVID guy.
Huh. I don't know how that's possible.
I loved COVID. Played in.
So you had to like start as
Well, a
true-
lot of play. Remember, this is plays, not
Plays.
games. So they had a lot. They ran a lot of offense. A lot of plays.
Oh, is it like a Luke Falk, like a 4-year starter at Washington State or something?
Andre Ware,
No.
David Klingen, someone like I don't know.
It is the great. Can you guys feel that suspense?
I do.
Timmy Chang.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Timmy Chang has played in more. plays
He
than
has
They went hurry up. They were always behind, always playing tempo, never ran
Yep.
the ball.
Yep.
Makes sense, I guess.
So he his 2,587 plays in college football. Dylan Gabriel 2,535. Almost caught him.
I'll be damned.
So Pavia's got a long way
So
to
if
go.
they made another playoff game, he would have caught him.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
cost him the record.
By the way, I was reading through about the Diego's lawsuit, and yeah, so he was playing under an injunction for this year, and they were suing for next year as well, which hasn't been ruled upon. But then, of course, he's saying that no, even if I do win that, which is not expected, he won't come back. So it was technically a battle for this year and next year. He won the injunction for this year, but it still hasn't been ruled upon.
I see.
For next year.
All right, who is the most accurate quarterback in college football thus far? We'll get to that next on The Fan.
New ownership is coming to Rip City.
The report this morning is that Tom Dundon, who is the owner of the Carolina Hurricanes, he's excited, he's buying the team, and he has no plans on moving them out of Portland.
What changes are on the horizon?
All right, in the news is coming up next. Someone very famous is coming to town. We'll tell you about. But this is our college football candy corn. Completion percentage. It's a stat and all,
Yes.
but it's not the most accurate measure of a quarterback.
Oh, God, no. Especially in the college game when so much is, screens and dinks and dunks. Fun NFL fact. I saw this today. Jalen Hurts, who completes a high percentage, he has thrown 5 passes all year over 20 yards.
Yeah.
Because they, under 10 is short passes, 10 to 19, and then over. So 5 passes, he's actually taken shots over 20 yards. Would you care to guess how many passes he has thrown between 10 and 19 yards this year?
2.
0.
Oh.
Hasn't even attempted one. So it's like...
So 5 deep balls.
5 deep balls, completed 2, and then everything else has been checked down Charlie. So
yeah, Daniel Jones is playing better than Jalen Hurts.
I say the deep ball, man.
So far.
Completion percentage can be kind of a wonky...
Do you know that the Colts haven't punted?
I know. Freaking Daniel Jones.
Also, we got the birth of a great new nickname, Indiana Jones.
Well, yeah.
Isn't that
That's
killer?
Great. Yes.
Why didn't I think of that?
Why didn't you think of that?
I'm a little upset.
Well, he needed to perform well to get any nickname there, but it works.
I'm a little upset at myself for not putting that together.
So percentage of throws that are accurate is different than completion percentage because, a guy could drop it.
Sure.
But it still could be an accurate throw.
Yeah.
And so Pro Football Focus measures this analytic, and I have the top 5 in college football thus far.
I bet you I can get. Well, are they gonna? Is it gonna be weird? Are you gonna give me like an Eastern Illinois?
No, they're all big names.
Okay, I can get 3 of them.
Okay.
Dante Moore will be in there.
He's number 5
because he's completing like 77 or 78% of his passes.
Well, this is a different.
It's different.
metric.
Yeah, I know, but I'm going off of guys I know that are completing like damn near 80%. So I'm assuming if you're up there.
Well, but wait, just to clarify. Yeah. You could throw a pass that is not accurate.
Yes.
And it could still be caught.
Yes.
So this is. So I know what you mean,
Yeah,
but
I'm
it's
just saying,
a different.
I'm
What is it
assuming
on
that if you
target
have a
percentage?
very high completion percentage, you're going to be high in this stat.
Should be.
So I'm saying,
percentage of throws that are accurate is what they say.
So I know Dante Moore's up there.
He's number 5, 81%.
Okay, I know Raiola at Nebraska is having a really
Not
accurate year.
In the top 5.
Not in the top 5.
What about the kid from USC?
Not in the top 5.
Carson Beck is having a great year at
He is number 2.
He's number 2.
82.7% of his throws are accurate.
So I just have 2.
3 more.
It won't be Aller. He's kind of struggling a little bit. Won't be Klubnik.
I don't think it'll be Nussmeier either.
No, it won't be Nussmeier. He's not having.
Probably won't be out.
Marcel Reed isn't having a good year. Completion. He's only completing like 58% of his.
What about
passes.
JKS at Cal?
Oh, that's good.
Not in the top 5.
What about Sayin at Ohio State?
Julian Sayin, number 1.
Okay.
Is he really?
Number 1. 86.8% of his throws are accurate. Per Pro Football Focus.
Because he's kind of getting he's fine.
But I wonder how many of his are going really far downfield because it
Probably
feels
not many.
It feels like that Day has not let him really cut it loose yet.
He was the guy.
But he's doing what they're asked.
This is why all the preseason talk is so nauseating. Arch Manning. Well, okay. Arch Manning we're now talking about him being benched, and Julian Sayin leads the league in accuracy, or leads college football in accuracy. I mean, nobody knows anything.
I would not have gotten Julian Sayin. I just was kind of going through in my head the top teams and their quarterbacks.
2 others.
How about the kid from Utah, Dampier?
Negative, although I can't wait for Texas Tech, Utah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And no
for that
one ever said that ever.
That's going to be fun. It won't be the Texas Tech kid.
No.
He's not that accurate. What about Mizzou's guy, the Penn State transfer?
Prabula. No.
No?
These guys are in the SEC.
They're in the SEC.
And they will meet next week or 2 weeks. I think.
I was going to say maybe Joey Aguilar?
Nope. Gunnar Stockton is 4th at 81.7.
Okay.
And what is the Alabama quarterback's first name?
Ty Simpson.
Ty Simpson is?
Ty Simpson, 82.4.
Because he played poorly in week 1, I thought. But I guess maybe he didn't.
There you go,
It wasn't great against Florida State, no.
Yeah.
And then, hey, dude, hats off to Gunnar because he was taking a lot of heat those first 2 weeks. And they came out and got down 21-0 to Tennessee. And that son of a gun came slinging back.
It wasn't 21-0.
I thought it was 21-3 then.
No, it was 7-7 at one point.
Was it?
I think it was 21-7.
Okay, maybe it
was the
21-7.
biggest the lead got.
Because Tennessee jumped out early, and he played a hell of a game down the stretch.
Yeah, he
So-
looked pretty good.
Yes, he did.
So Sayan, Beck, Simpson, Stockton, and Dante Moore, the most accurate in college football so far.
Interesting.
Colorado has made a change.
Again.
The kid Staub started last week, threw for 204 yards, threw 2 picks, and they lost to Houston. So now Dion is going back to Caden Salter.
Still no Juju Lewis.
Still no Julian Lewis.
I am making my bold prediction that Dion will be gone before the end of next year.
UCLA?
Yeah. No, I just he will either step down. That thing is not going to go well, right? He's got its health problems. I just don't think that is going to end up working at Colorado.
This isn't a good bit when you're switching quarterback. You benched your starting quarterback in week 2 or 3.
And he has no team building. He doesn't recruit. Everything is transfer portal. There's no buzz around that program anymore. There's no juice. And he's got the health problems. I just think but before the end of next year, and it wouldn't shock me if it happens this year. Ooh, Pete Alonso. Tie ball game. It wouldn't shock me this year.
They're back.
If this season, told you they were back. If it goes south in Colorado and it doesn't look great right now, it wouldn't shock me if we got to week 8 or 9 and he tips his cowboy hat and says that, due to blah, blah, blah. And, he's got to, you can always go with
now.
You can always go with the health card.
Easy built-in excuse.
It's a built-in excuse. He doesn't want to be there. It's not going great. And I think he's going to find out. Look, he had the best player in the country in Travis Hunter and a very, very good, competent quarterback in his kid. And, dude, the highlight at Colorado was getting your ass kicked in the Alamo Bowl. We act as if he had some monstrous turnaround. He did not. He took an irrelevant program and he made them interesting. But they didn't, they weren't winning 10 and 11 games, and those guys are gone. The recruiting classes stink. It's still Colorado where they don't have a ton of resources. And now he's got cancer and he's got a pee tent on the sidelines. And he's just not a guy I feel that will grind his way through it.
Brought to you by Depend.
Yeah, brought to you by Depend. And the college football, when you look at the people that are successful, it's the obsessives. It's the people that just want to work day in and day out. Dion won't even go on recruiting trips. He's like, no, you come here. And I think for a little bit, there was like some sizzle and people wanted to come play there. When's the last time that Dion actually had really positive press where people were like, man, Prime? It's not there anymore. And he will not like being confined to an afterthought in college football, and he will walk away. I don't think they'll fire him. I think he will walk away.
So last year, top of the Big 12 was Arizona State, BYU, Iowa State, Colorado.
Yeah.
They all tied.
Yeah.
For the top.
Yep.
Power rank the top of the Big 12 early in this season.
It's tough because we haven't really seen.
Because it's that is the funnest league in the country.
Well,
it's the most wide open.
Iowa State has earned it.
Yeah. They look good.
So they've earned the right to be.
Well, do they look good?
Well, not really.
They've done what's been asked of them.
They grind out wins. So they earn the right to be.
You're going to put them up there?
No. The two best teams are playing this week.
Texas Tech
or Utah. Yes.
Not BYU.
Not BYU.
Not TCU.
Well, and TCU's got a little something cooking too. They got a really nice quarterback in that, I think it's Josh Hoover, that's having a great year. So I think there's plenty of teams that are capable. BYU looks really good. But we do have a freshman quarterback, and, we've played Portland State and Stanford. So I'm not, the defense looks elite, but again, we've played Portland State and we've played Stanford. So to me, I think you go Texas Tech, Utah, and that's 1-2 as far as who I think is the best. But Iowa State has earned it. So I'll say Iowa State 1, Utah 2, Texas Tech 3, although I think Utah and Texas Tech are going to be better. And then I would put BYU tucked in behind them. And then I think you've got another class of people from TCU. Don't count out Arizona State. I think Arizona State had the one bad game, but I still kind of believe in that. And then there's probably another 3 or 4 teams that if someone gets hot can make a run
you
at
have
this.
Baylor.
Yes.
You have Kansas.
Yeah.
You have Arizona 3-0.
West Virginia's undefeated.
Arizona looked pretty good against Kansas State.
Yeah. Kansas State,
Houston.
on the other hand, it looks
Yeah,
stinky
Noah
poo.
Fafita seems like he's been in college forever, and that kid can ball a little
He's
bit.
good. Houston is 3-0.
Yep.
Willie Fritz. It's a good little league.
Yeah, it's fun.
What was that? What was your Houston guy's name? Like Hollywood Smothers or something like
Yeah,
that?
Hollywood Smothers. He's their running back. Yeah. Get on board.
And Houston gets next week. They get the because Houston has a bye, and then they're on the road to Corvallis. So we get to see what they have.
Do we? What you're implying that we're watching that game?
I will watch that. I have watched every Oregon State game.
What's the spread on that going to be?
Houston minus 9.
Oh no, it's
15.5.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2. It'll be 2+ touchdowns because I'm guessing the Civil War will be an alley kicking, and By the way, that may be a Trent Bray save your job sort of game against Houston. If they go 0-5, and the Civil War is ugly, and we all think it's going to be ugly, and then you come in and Houston lays a double-digit ass kicking on you, what do you like? Where do you go? You gotta really. You're like, well, we'll beat App State on the road. Like, at some point, and I know Scott Barnes came out and said that he has full confidence that Trent Bray is the guy. Which, by the way, plenty of people have said, "Oh yeah, I have full confidence," right before they fire someone. At some point, you have to realize that he's not the guy, and the apathy is setting in your program, and that's a dangerous thing. Speaking of which, I saw the opening press conference today for the new UCLA interim coach. I think his name is Tim Skipper. And he went around and he said, "Call me Skip." He went around to every reporter there and shook their hand and saying, "Call me Skip." Dude, there were like 7 people there.
Well,
it's bad.
Maybe Brian Kelly should take a note out of Tim Skipper's media mojo.
Does it say something, though, when at your introductory press conference, you can take the time to go around and introduce yourself personally to everyone there?
He play there?
I don't know. I have no idea where.
Never heard of the guy.
Yeah. Tim Skipper. I was like, huh, what? Sure.
So he was an assistant there?
Yeah. I mean, obviously he took over.
Or did they pull him off the streets?
No.
Hey, you want to coach the Bruins? Yeah. All right.
What?
Sure.
What was that?
You got that Nico guy? Yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg got a movie like that where she ended up coaching the New York Knicks.
Eddie.
Yeah.
Yeah, her name was Eddie.
No, he was the UCLA special assistant to the head coach. Whatever that means.
He played at Fresno.
So he wasn't really a coach.
He's your age.
He was a special assistant, and they were like, dude, just.
You might have played against him.
Yeah.
Did you play Fresno?
I did. I played Fresno State a couple times.
97 to 2000, he played at Fresno.
Then yes. What position did he play?
I think he was a linebacker.
Oh. Then you know what?
Yeah, you played against him.
Me and the mighty Tim Skipper.
You probably put hands on him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably held him just like you held everyone else.
I did like to hold quite a bit. Yeah.
All right.
Well, that kind of makes me feel.
Isn't that fun?
Although it makes me feel like, what did I do?
6 degrees of souk.
What did I do with my life?
Well, I mean, look, you probably make more than he does.
Tim Skipper.
Look, radio's not that lucrative, but can't imagine they're paying him a ton.
Fresno State, by the way, home of the worst insult I've ever heard in my entire life, where a kid with cerebral palsy in a wheelchair threw something at me and then told me 6'8", lose some weight.
How do you, like, what do you?
There's no comeback for that.
You don't.
Okay, so but if it were just a guy, there would be, but because
he's a crippled kid
No, I
in a
know.
wheelchair.
Listen,
And he got your ass.
I'm just saying, if it's just a dude that yells at you,
yes.
What do you do? But then, when you turn around and see it's a kid in a wheelchair, you're like,
Yeah. Well, I got hit in the back.
Yeah.
And I was like, I turned around because I was like, are you effing kidding me? Because they're right
You were
on.
gonna roll some heads.
I was pretty pissed.
You were
And then-
LeGarrette Blunt.
And then I saw it was the kid all crippled up in the wheelchair. And then he
All
hit me
crippled up?
with
Yeah,
the
you should have seen. You should have seen what he just.
He was so crippled.
The motion that he.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't.
And then he
Don't do
hit
that.
me with a 6'8", lose some weight. And I didn't have a comeback for it. And the worst part was my roommate, Ford Poston, you son of a bitch, turned to me and goes, yeah, you probably could lose a couple. And then I was like, oh, God bless him. I turned around. Took him like a year to get out the 6'8", lose some weight too. But freaking Fresno State, they kicked our ass. Tim Skipper. To this day, The most hurtful thing ever said to me. You can't, like, there's no comeback for when a crippled kid makes fun
Well,
of
they
you.
could say anything to you. You can't.
No.
You just have to move
Well,
on.
And we had the all white uniforms, and they were very tight, and it wasn't my, it was.
Well, look, your roommate said it. I mean, look, he's not wrong.
Look, it was a little tight. I'm in it.
I know you're upset, but he's not wrong.
Anyway, it wasn't wrong. Little love handles were hanging out a little bit.
All right, in the news is coming up next. Suspicious backpack. Remember, we've talked about suspicious backpacks. You know?
Yeah, you can't have them.
Well, but isn't every backpack suspicious if you don't know what's in it?
Yeah, when it's laying on the ground, though, it's like it's.
I just don't understand what makes it like some suspicious and others not. Well, we have more suspicious backpack news. So much questions here. We'll get to that next. Here's Buck.
This is a Rivalry Week edition of Primetime with Isaac and Suk, brought to you by Roto-Rooter. Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with this Sports Center update. First on the Fan on the Dime, and the Mariners still half a game up on the Astros after winning their 10th straight on Tuesday night. They're in Kansas City again this evening, sending Bryce Miller to the hill. Cole Reagans gets the ball for KC. First pitch for that one at 4:40. Houston hosts the Rangers at 5:10. Christian Javier on the mound for the Astros. Jacob deGrom will be back on the bump for Texas. In the NFL, 49ers say Brock Purdy could play Sunday in a big NFC West matchup between the 49ers and Cardinals. Purdy was expected to miss 2 to 5 weeks with a toe injury. Seahawks running back Zach Charbonnet has been added to the injury report. He did not practice Wednesday due to a foot injury. Tyrod Taylor will take on the quarterbacking duties for the Jets as Justin Fields has been ruled out with concussion against the Bucs this week. And the Bengals say that Joe Burrow could return this season, even though he's expected to miss 3 months after toe surgery. In the college game, Colorado has gone back to Caden Salter at quarterback just a week after turning the reins over to third stringer Ryan Staub. Means Julian Lewis remains the backup. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley, the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for Seahawks football. The Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Well, the obvious tie-in here. Can you sue a crippled kid in a wheelchair for
he did hit me with
hitting you with?
Well, they throw batteries.
Yeah,
So I was hit with a battery, but I was wearing pads.
I mean, what would happen? Like if that came out, like in today's social media world, BYU football player sues fan who hit him with a battery. That's okay. But wait, no, the fan that hit him with a battery is crippled and in a wheelchair.
And then they would show me in my white uniform, and they would be probably like, that would be the damning piece of evidence for the jury, and everyone would be like, probably could lose a little weight, and then like case dismissed.
So the whole trial would become about your weight.
I think so.
You would have to prove that you weren't overweight, and it was an egregious comment.
Well, and I was playing guard at the time, and look, I'd let myself go. It wasn't my best.
Hey,
look.
If
so.
anybody could prove that you weren't overweight, it's Ken and Donnie.
They'd get into a whole thing about how it's angles, and it was the color of the uniform, and it was more
They're
of the
good,
fit.
man. Don't mess with them.
I feel like back in the day, that's who I needed in this sort of nasty litigation. I could have used the advocates.
Yes,
I didn't know them back then.
They are personal injury attorneys. They are our friends, and they will take good care of you just to consult them.
Yes.
It costs you nothing. No. And they don't get paid until you win the case.
Yeah.
So they're awesome.
And if you've been injured or you think, hey, should I talk to someone? Do it. You got nothing to lose.
Yeah, if you say, let's got to do something.
Yeah, let's got to do something. That's where you go.
That's where you go.
That's something. That's the advocates.
If you've been injured, you need more than a lawyer. You deserve an advocate. Go to advocateslaw.com.
Summer is here. Time to prepare.
several follow-ups. One, we have a listener who has cerebral palsy. His name is John. He listens to us every day.
Yeah.
And he is in a wheelchair, and he tells us that crippled is not a good word. And I believe John when he says that. He says handicap is fine, also disabled, acceptable.
There you go.
Therefore, we must apologize
I
for using the term crippled.
I retract and say that a handicapped gentleman threw a battery at me and then hit me with the infamous 6'8", lose some weight.
However, the word crippled does come to us in a different form via the YouTube chat, who wrote the headline, BYU lineman financially cripples disabled boy. And that's exactly what you would have done.
What?
That comes via Monopoly Man Morgan.
All right.
I don't know how it is anymore, but the Fresno State crowd was just the meanest, and they would huck batteries at you, and you had to walk. Like their stadium was so screwed up that the visitors' locker room was the baseball locker room that was like a mile away. And it was so small that some of us got dressed out on the baseball field. And then you had to walk through like their tailgate to get to the stadium, and people threw batteries at you. And then they lined up a bunch of disabled people right behind our bench. And we were heckled all game by this group of disabled people, a lot of them being kids, and they would throw batteries at us. That's what Fresno State was about. Freaking, you know what? I want to get Tim Skipper on the line, and he's gonna think we're asking him about UCLA. Nay, I'm gonna ask him about his time at Fresno State. Those dirty sons of bitches.
The other follow-up comes to us from our boss, fan man Dusty Hara.
A lot of follow-ups right now.
Well, we were talking about Indiana Jones, Daniel Jones' new nickname.
Yes.
The real Indiana Jones, and only Dusty would know this.
Mm-hmm.
He is a freshman at Rocky Mountain College. His name is Indiana Jones. He's a freshman wide receiver there.
Dude.
From Berrien, Washington.
Where the heck? Rocky Mountain College?
Yeah, the Batlin Bears.
Oh, man. First off, kudos to whoever had the last name Jones and had the balls to name their kid Indiana.
Totally.
Freaking A, that's awesome. I love that.
It is September 17, 2025. It's time now for In the News. I'm your noted newsman. Hello? All rise. Please be seated. It's brought to you by the Advocates, injury attorneys at advocateslaw.com. Today is National Professional House Cleaners Day. Just make sure they're not too hot.
Oh, well, I've got that story too. I've told that one before.
It's a good one.
When my wife was really, really sick, I decided that I would do her a solid and hire a housekeeper so that she wouldn't have to clean the house. And those sons of guns at the maid service sent over like an absolute smoke show of a cleaning lady who was like 20-something. And I answered the door and immediately was like, yeah, no.
It's not going to work.
Nope. And I had to come up with some horse crap excuse to send her away. And then when they contacted me and were like, what was wrong? I didn't quite know how to tell them. I think I said, I need someone with more experience? What do you burglar? Maybe someone a little older that isn't going to get me stabbed in the face by my sick wife? I was a lie. I'm sure when I called, I'm sure they were like, oh yeah, here's a guy asking for a housekeeper. Let's send in the smoke show. Nay. It's
a landmine.
That's a landmine.
It is also National Monte Cristo Day. A delicious sandwich.
But a hard one to execute well. There are places that do a Monte Cristo because they want to have it on the menu, and a crappy Monte Cristo is no good. It's either soggy or
La Provence. That
they do a good one.
Is a Monte Cristo done right.
Most underrated sandwiches?
Monte Cristo might be up there.
Yeah, I think it's because it's really hard to come by.
It's hard to come by. But and when you can get a crappy one, when done right, really, really good. Also, let me say this. The pork tenderloin sandwich does not get the credit it deserves.
Okay. Can I offer up just a really good club?
Yeah.
Club sandwich, yeah.
Really good club sandwich is underrated. And might I don't know if it's an actual type of sandwich, but might I offer that anything buffalo is buffalo, not buffalo meat. I just mean like
the buffalo flavor.
Yeah,
flavor.
like buffalo
like
chicken
a buffalo
sandwich,
chicken
salad wrap.
sort of.
Yeah.
Anything buffalo on a sandwich, dynamite.
With a little crumbled blue cheese in there.
Oh my god. Boy, do two things go together
Oh, it's perfect.
as well as those two?
Well, that's why the wing works. works. I mean, look at the industry that was created based off of buffalo wing sauce and blue cheese.
Well, I was mentioning that someone famous is coming to town. And I wasn't kidding.
Who we got?
Well, then
And
I'm
how famous?
looking for the email.
Is this like Taylor Swift famous? Or
No, not
like,
quite that.
Like J-Lo famous?
Coming to Moda Center December 31. Now, that might throw a wrench into your plans.
Oh, so we got New Year's Eve here.
Yeah, New Year's Eve. John Mulaney.
Really?
Oh.
Comedian John Mulaney.
That'd
be a fun New Year's Eve.
Actually, I think that's a fun New Year's Eve.
I think, would there be any college football playoff games?
Let's find out.
That
On
night?
New Year's Eve? I don't think so.
Well, they did that a couple years ago.
New Year's Eve?
Thought they did.
Late into the
Didn't
eve?
they?
Huh.
And then he is playing with special guest Fred Armisen.
Really?
Coming. Well, doesn't he live here?
Yes, I think he has a place here, yes.
The
I don't-
quarterfinals of the Cotton Bowl, New Year's Eve this year.
Yeah. But that's probably earlier in
Probably,
the day.
I assume earlier in the day?
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's not. I wouldn't think that'll conflict.
He's playing Moto, you said?
Yeah.
Dude, I saw Mulaney. I've seen him a bunch of times, and a lot of times I don't care for comedy in like Moda Center. It loses something because it's just such a big place. But I saw him on his Baby J when he got out of rehab, and that was at Moda Center, and he is great. John Mulaney is a phenomenal stand-up comedian.
That'll be a 4:30 p.m. kickoff.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's one of the funnier guys out there.
Yeah.
No, I hope he's doing well. Hope he's not,
Oh no,
with the drugs and stuff.
No, he's like
Is he still sober?
Yeah, and like his whole last stand-up was about it, and then he did the. He's done a bunch of stuff. He had a really fun show called Everybody's in L.A.
Yeah.
was like-
No, I've seen all that.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean he's sober.
That's true.
I'm just hoping that he's,
Yes.
Because he was big time hooked, and that's what one of his, that.
Yeah,
BJ
his
is
fun.
all
I mean,
about.
it's funny him.
Yeah.
He's very honest about
Yes.
it. Makes for a great show.
If you haven't seen
Rolexes
it,
for
again,
drug money and stuff.
go look at his last special called Baby J, and that's the whole thing is about his drug problem.
And it's sensational. It's
And
really good.
It's comedy. Like, you don't want anyone to have a drug problem, but it also leads to great music and epic comedy when you do. I mean, let's be honest.
Here is your suspicious backpack news for the day. A police explosive team defused a bomb in a public bathroom on the Oregon coast after someone spotted a suspicious backpack.
Where on the coast?
See something, say something. Although
Okay.
Again, I'm still
But
not
again-
certain
How are you
what's-
going there? Wait, this is my point about suspicious backpacks.
Yeah.
What makes it suspicious? Is it because if I saw a backpack sitting at a public restroom by itself, no less, at a public restroom on the Oregon coast, I'm not sure I would think anything of it.
Well, here's the thing. Who was the if you know porn when you see it? Was that Jerry Falwell?
Sure.
That was it was like the Supreme Court thing. Like, it was like, define pornography, and he goes,
Larry
I know it when I see it. You will know a suspicious car and a suspicious backpack when you see it. Can you define it? Probably not. But if you see like a really nice like Columbia or maybe like an REI like hiking backpack, there's a Camelback attached to it, right? Like, and you see it laying on the ground, you're like, oh, someone is in the bathroom, or maybe someone left it behind. When you see like a JanSport that has a bunch of doodlings on the leather underneath, and it's got one strap, and like, there's some mittens that are like on it for some unknown reason, like to one of the handles, like you can tell. You can tell when something's shady. Saying, hey, there was a van parked out front. What kind of van? What did the van look like? You'll know the shady van when you see it.
So this was north of Gearhart at Sunset Beach State Recreation Site. And Oregon State Park staff called the police agency around 10:20 a.m. after the discovery of the backpack. Officials scrambled a bomb squad with experts from Oregon State Police and Salem Police, and the team defused the device without any injuries.
So someone was indeed trying to...
There was a... Yes,
Someone
there
was trying
a
to blow
bomb.
people up?
It was a working explosive device in the backpack. Why they would put it there, no idea.
Why is someone trying to blow up a
Well, like I said, why they would put it there, no idea.
Interesting. Well, thank God.
They checked other locations around the park, but did not find any additional explosives.
So should we be concerned that there's out on the coast, there's like a Unabomber dude? Or can we also say that there's a difference between like someone with a backpack that can like blow up an entire bathroom and someone that's got like an M80 in there?
Well, both are bad.
Yeah, I know, but
perhaps he was he.
Well, one's a firework and the other's a bomb.
I'm sure it was he, but
We assume
perhaps
it
they
was
were
he.
targeting someone. You know, maybe trying to, you know, because why else would you like?
I don't know.
What do you get out of that?
Well, I don't know, like the Olympic bombing, right? That wasn't targeting him. You just
Well, I know, but there's a lot of people there. This is a single bathroom in
Just
a rural,
maybe a
state
disgruntled
park.
local?
about
Just,
that?
just someone who's pissed off
yeah.
early?
What if like someone's just following me around waiting for me to go drop a deuce somewhere, and then they're like, "Let me just leave this backpack here." It's kind of terrifying because that is, let's be honest, is that not when you're at your most vulnerable? Like when you got your pants around your ankle in a public bathroom, find me a situation where you're more helpless. It's the most helpless you're going to be.
Well, I have other coast news, and it's not good.
What the hell's going on down on the coast?
All hell's breaking loose out there.
It's wild in these streets.
And Fried Chicken Week is here. That's coming up next on The Fan.
This is the Fan's window into sports. A view into today's top stories. Brought to you by Window Nation. Online at windownation.com.
Blasted. Center field. And. Oh, it disappears! He has homered on back-to-back pitches seen tonight. It may never stop the year of Cal Raleigh.
Listen to the Royals fans cheering for him.
Yeah.
They're like, it's great. By the way, that was a bomb. Center field, that's a long way.
I don't know if he'll ever do this again. I don't know if this is a one-off. We've never seen him do this before, but what a year, whether he wins the MVP or not. This has been special to watch Cal Raleigh.
Window Nation. Window Nation. 50% off all window styles right now. 0 down, 0 interest, 0 payments for 2 years. WindowNation.com or 866-90-NATION.
Dirt and spray. Dirt and spray.
I'm Dirt.
These are the games that everybody confidently says, oh, they're going to win this game 50-3, right? And it ends up being 34-14, so it's a slightly different result than you're expecting. But you still watch it and you go,
Told you about the bomb that was defused by our heroes in blue out at the Oregon coast. Also, you might want to turn on your mic if you want anybody to hear you.
I have a buddy of mine who's on the Portland bomb disposal squad, and shout out Randy. He's a good dude.
So also out on the coast, Thor's Well. You've been there.
Thor's Well?
Yeah, Thor's Well.
I've been there.
Yeah. It's a attraction on the coast. You know, it almost looks like it's like a hole in the rocks.
It's a rock formation that has
Yeah.
a hole in it, and when the tide comes in, it
Oh.
like shoots up a spout.
That's called Thor's Well?
Yeah, it's called Thor's Well. About 20 feet deep.
Yeah.
And water comes in and out of it, under and over.
Yeah.
It's like, I think it's like a sunken sea cave or like a caved-in sea cave. Anyway, a man fell in today.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
What was it? Was it empty or was it full?
It was full.
Oh, not good. Did he?
He perished.
Yeah, because I'm guessing the undertow and the waves, and I'm guessing that's
Well,
probably bad news.
so what the guy they interviewed the guy who was on his way to rescue, you know, like the Coast Guard guy who drops in, you know,
Yeah.
like that badass.
Yeah, the Coast Guard swimmers.
And they said what they were hoping was that, you know, he falls all the way down and then gets swept under and out.
And
then they could maybe go find him.
But he got stuck underneath.
He was in there, and when they got there, he was face down in Thor's Well, and they were like, and they can't go in there.
No, I guess like underneath all that stuff, that's why they say like anything where you have those under water caves and whatnot, I guess all the tide and like the suction and the undertow, I guess, under there is just so dangerous. And they tell everyone that you have to be really careful when you're exploring down there. Even people that like have scuba gear and stuff can get pinned underneath that.
So the Yakutsk fire crew was out there, and they were on the ground, but they couldn't make a recovery effort.
Yeah.
So then you got to call the Coast Guard. 30 minutes later, the Coast Guard gets there with Yahat, sorry, and the chopper gets there.
Yeah. And they drop in the swimmer.
Well, they couldn't either, but they eventually, the rescue swimmer was able to recover the body at that point, but they don't know when the person died. They don't know if, you know.
What an awful way to go.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah. You know, you're just up there and like you're exploring, and
so a passerby said, or another bystander said that the person was getting too close to the edge.
Yeah. Be careful out there, people.
You want some good news?
Yeah, give me some good. So I got death and bomb news from the coast. Give me, I don't know, is there like a
I don't have any
seal pupper?
I don't have any good coast news, but I do have some Portland news, and I know you guys love your fried chicken.
Oh, I do love fried chicken.
It is Fried Chicken Week in Portland right now.
Reel him in, here I come.
Right now. And Portland's buzzing, so it says here. Although I don't think it is, but it says it is.
I want it to be.
Is it new this year?
Yeah, because they've always had Burger Week.
Yeah, Burger Week I've
and
been
Pizza
familiar with
Week,
for a while, yeah.
But now Fried Chicken Week.
Well, it's a good thing fried chicken's getting its chance to shine, because damn it, fried chicken is delightful.
So this goes until Sunday, and you can get your hands on $10 finger-licking good plates of fried chicken.
Where am I going here?
It is a Portland-hosted event.
Mm-hmm.
It includes 39 restaurants, each featuring their own fried chicken creation, doused in a sauce, or be it its crispy perfection.
Yeah. Because if you're getting good fried chicken, you don't need a sauce to go with it.
Closest to us here is JoJo has a special this week.
That is, and by the way, speaking of delightful fried chicken, I give you JoJo.
So does Nom Nom, which isn't far away. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at all these on here. I mean, there's a bunch of them. You'd have to go. The Rambler. You ever been to the Rambler?
I've never been to the Rambler.
You know, a bunch of them. You can go look it up.
I do go to Reel 'em In quite a bit. It is a phenomenal dive bar that's all they have is fried chicken. The beauty part is there's only one employee there, and they're having to work the bar and the chicken. So on a busy day, you may have to wait an hour for fried chicken, but that just means you get to drink more while waiting for your fried chicken, and it is delightful.
If you go to theactualportland.com, that's the name of the website.
Yeah.
Theactualportland.com. You can click on the Fried Chicken Week, and it will have a map of locations.
Looking at it right now, it's interactive. You scroll over one, it tells you what the place's special is. It's great.
That's right. That's right.
God, I love fried chicken.
Take advantage. $10.
Is Popeye's on that list?
I don't think so.
I'm assuming not, but still. If you've had a night out and you want some late night fried chicken, you do a lot worse than a spicy 3-piece from Popeyes.
And that is in the news, September 17, 2025. Up next. Ooh. Oh. I'm being surprised by my own notes. Hold on, I'm going to sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you.
The surprise was?
Athletes that bring you joy, Dan Lanning post-game commentary, and NFL Wednesday waffles.
Love it.
Are you kidding me?
Well, now that
You
we're talking
kidding me?
about chicken, now we're throwing waffles into it too?
Come on, man.
Come on, son.
That next hour on 105.1 The Fan.
Three Mountains Home Services wants to make sure your AC is working
All right. Welcome back. Hope you're having a nice little Wednesday. Got your sports bros here. Rop, that's me. Big Souk right over there. Look at him.
Just
and
wanting
there,
some fried chicken right now.
and there is Ryan Buckley. Look at
rolling. What?
Look at him over there, just being all sad.
What?
Well, it's a drop.
It makes me sad.
That's true.
We have a big show because it's Wednesday. Nobody is better on Wednesdays than us.
No.
I defy you to find a better Wednesday show than us.
And don't look around, please. Just
Yeah,
stay
just
here and trust us.
Trust us, yeah. We know.
It predates the internet. Don't ask.
Coming up tonight in the club, we have another one down. Late night television host.
Yeah.
Turfed.
This isn't weird and spooky and authoritarian at all. No big deal here.
Also, Move Over Sinaloa Cartel.
Oh, we got a new cartel.
Did you know that there's a drug trafficker power rankings, kind of like the AP Top 25?
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is it all Mexican cartels, or is this like a worldwide thing? Do like
No,
the
this
Russians get
is
involved?
Mexico.
Oh.
And is it ranked by like the authorities, like an FBI type thing or a CIA or?
Well, it's ranked by who's the biggest.
Yeah.
The biggest known distributor.
Okay.
So the Sinaloans,
Yeah.
They were boss.
Got a big deal.
They're not anymore. They were running the fentanyl.
And so now they've been usurped.
They
if you will.
have in the rankings.
So I want to.
I'm going to
interested
tell you
in
who's
this.
first and what they're dealing.
Yeah, I would
coming
also
up.
like a worldwide, because like I don't know who to be more terrified of, because I'm equally afraid of like, because you got like the biker gangs, and then you got like, the Mexican cartels, you got the Russian mob, then you got the Yakuza over in Japan.
You got a lot.
Yeah, like it's
There's a
like
lot.
like,
There's
where
a
do
lot. Yeah.
where do I go?
Well, I think you just need to gun up.
I don't think I do.
Oh.
No. I go with my Brock Lesnar defense. I just try to steer clear of the cartels in general.
Trucks, balls.
Organized crime I find quite terrifying.
Have you ever filled out one of those surveys of like what is the best country for you to move to? Have you ever done that?
I know that I'll probably have to join a white supremacist gang. for
My
God's
wife's
sake.
obsessed with this kind of stuff. And
Just
she
in
sent
case?
me one the
I
other
love
day.
those.
Well, they're kind of fun because
Yeah.
it's like, because it tests your sensibilities. Like, do you want high-end stuff?
Yeah.
How big is healthcare? How, like what matters to you?
How remote do you want to be?
Yeah. And we'll pair you with a country. And there's a lot of world out there, Jay.
Yes,
So
there is.
it's hard to find. Like, I think for expats, like, I don't know where to go.
Yeah.
Everybody just says Portugal and Spain. Well, really? What about, Switzerland?
Well, I will say that I'm going to Portugal next month. I like to travel, and one of the things when I travel is I do always have the thought, and I like to look around at like real estate, and I talk to people, because there is always that whenever I go somewhere, could I live here? So I do have in my own mind my little power rankings, but I've never actually taken a test. But I do think about that anytime I travel.
Well, there are a lot of considerations.
Yes.
And my wife forwarded me this test. I had to take it because,
Yeah, you
she's
got
the
it.
boss.
Yeah. Well, and you loved it too.
Oh, I did. Yeah, it's interesting. And it spit out Luxembourg
Really?
for me.
Interesting.
And I don't really know
Could
why.
you feel it? Can you see yourself in Luxembourg?
Never been, but
It's like near the Netherlands, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of Dutch country
Switzerland?
area.
Yeah.
Yeah, Switzerland.
I'm
yeah.
not really in love with the weather there, I don't think.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. My wife got Spain.
Well, that's
So I said, let's go there.
who doesn't like Spain?
All right.
I
So
mean-
why does it spit out Spain? Like, what
I
did
don't
she
know.
put in there?
Yeah, she's like paella. I don't know. Of all the places,
we love
that-
paella.
well, then you'll love Spain.
The perks of living in Luxembourg: high salaries, free public transportation, excellent health care, and a high quality of life in a safe, clean, and multilingual environment.
It sounds like me.
See, I don't want to do Spain because Spain depresses me. The people are too good looking.
Mm.
It's the best looking group of human beings.
Where are all the uglies?
I don't. Me. Like I was walking through the
No,
airport.
I mean, where are your people?
Scandinavia?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
Oh,
just.
they're pretty up there, aren't they? Aren't they all blonde hair, blue eyed?
Yeah, I mean the Nords are pretty hot.
I'm just telling you.
The
I've
Nords are
I've
pretty hot.
never felt more inadequate than walking around Spain. Every place I went, I was like, God, you people are too. They're too pretty. I was a big fan. Like, if you want something a little kind of like off the beaten path, like more, you don't care about maybe the high end stuff. Costa Rica was amazing. Costa Rica is one of my favorite places that I've ever been in my life. And I would say if I want something a little more kind of modern, Japan is an incredible place. Japan's, and, the BTJ. We got family over there. I don't think we give Asia enough love when you're talking, because I got a daughter that lives in Korea. My gal is Japanese, and I'm telling you, the people over there, dialed in, man.
Japan, it runs like a well-oiled
Yes.
machine too, and so it would be an easy place to live.
Yes.
I mean, granted, there's not as much English speaking there as some other places in the world, but they do pretty well, and the way that they kind of just take care of the community there is fantastic.
And if I want like a sneaky, just, whatever, just pick Ireland or Scotland. If you like that part of Europe is just, and I've been to Scandinavia, I've been to Iceland, some cool places, but dude, you can do a lot worse than just plopping yourself down in the middle of Scotland and Ireland and being like, you know what, I'm going to pull a pint for a living and cruise around on my cobblestone streets.
Now, my early internet research, which will be extensive when it's all said and done, I will warn you.
Yeah, I'm going to need this test to see where it puts me.
Early on, they're saying the Britons are the ugliest of people.
Like, having, again...
Sure, that tracks.
One of the reasons why I think Scotland and Ireland so appealing, I look way better over there. If you ever want to feel better about yourself, go over there. They're not doing great.
I also have a social media question real quick.
Yeah.
And this is going to make me sound 75 years old.
Which you are.
Why is it that sometimes when someone... The only TikTok or Instagram I ever get is when someone forwards me something.
Sure.
Like my wife or a friend. Okay. Why is it that sometimes the volume never works?
You have to go into the little thing and hit there's a volume mute button on it.
Well, I do. Sometimes
but you're saying sometimes it's automatically on and other times it's not?
Well, no. I'm saying that sometimes I hit that button and it's still muted.
No, your fingers are too fat.
I think your phone is probably on silent, and so you have to take your phone off silent and hit the unmute button.
Oh, it's my phone.
It's your phone. Because everything you do on your phone is probably silent, so your default setting is probably no sound.
Yeah, mine is silent.
That would probably be
That's
why.
it?
That would be why. Yes.
But sometimes it works. though.
I'm just guessing that would probably be my answer to that.
But then why does it work sometimes?
Couldn't tell you.
What do you know? Shove that straight up.
I do
your
know that
little kid ass.
when there's no volume on the phone, if you've unmuted it, turn your volume up and it will work. It happens to me sometimes. My buddy sends me stuff, and if there's no volume on it, just take your phone off silent and volume up.
Second survey that I see here, most unattractive countries, Ireland wins. The Irish.
I'm telling you, I was on something. When I was cruising around over there, all of a sudden, like, I was doing pretty well. People were like, hey. I'm like, really?
Something happens where it feels like in, especially the older folks in the UK or the UK area, Northern Europe, the men and women, they start to look alike at a certain age. Like, you get to about 60, and British men and women just look the same.
I just know that if I'm in Spain, I'm basically the hunchback of Notre Dame running around. I'm just a big, awkward white guy. I go over to Ireland, hey, doing pretty good for myself.
Are you going to join the World Association of Uglies? Because it's a thing.
It's a thing?
Yeah, it's real.
Is that a t-shirt? International Order of Uggos?
Interestingly, it's in Italy.
Italy, huh? Italy's full of, well, not the best that I've seen. We were just in Italy. Can I also add, for me, living in Italy, I'm going overrated.
Okay.
Italy would not make my power rankings on places that I would like to live.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got to get to some sports.
Do we?
No, but we should.
Okay.
Should we?
No, but we might.
Someone said get back to the Mexican cartel power rankings in due time, people.
Hey, idiot. I teased that for the club.
It's called a tease.
God. We have a little bit of Dan Lanning post-game audio from the other night.
Okay.
That we're going to play.
Is this the...
He had some commentary.
Yeah, and some people really liked it. Some people really hated it. I thought it was very well said.
But up next, it's our NFL Wednesday Waffles. Do we have a new Chargers?
Ooh, they look pretty good.
Well, yeah, but you know what they're known for. The Chargers.
Yeah.
Are known for Charger.
That's Raver in it. That's Ravy. What do we say? Because what are the Ravens?
No, the Ravens aren't the new Chargers.
Really?
No. The Ravens blow leads, but the Ravens are really good. The Chargers were never that good. They just found new and creative ways to blow leads.
Yeah.
I think we've got a new Chargers. I'm going to nominate a team.
I'm excited.
And because they've almost done it twice in 2 games. And maybe we have a new Chiefs.
Yeah.
Maybe we have a new Chiefs. God. Our
States?
NFL
Doing
Wednesday
great.
waffles coming up next on the Fan.
Oregon Ducks football is on the Fan.
NFL Wednesday waffles while we watch baseball. Mets Padres, good one. 2-2 in the fifth.
Yeah.
Khalil Mack is going on IR for the Chargers.
It is not season ending.
No.
So when you saw it, he was making a tackle. Some friendly fire came in and hit him, and his elbow was pointed the wrong way. So you're like, oh my God. But the fear was that he just shattered his arm. No, he dislocated his elbow, popped it back in, and so he'll be out a couple weeks. So it goes on IR. He could be back in a month. So that's actually really good news for the Chargers, who are already down Rashawn Slater. And even without Rashawn Slater, who's their best player not named Justin Herbert, dude, through 2 weeks, you can make an argument that outside of the Green Bay Packers, who Green Bay is right now the best team in football, you can make a case that the Chargers have looked like the second best team in football. And Khalil Mack is, while he's not what he was, that would be a huge loss if he was gone for the year.
Well, they're great.
Yes.
They're very sound. Jim Harbaugh, you know what their record is against the spread under Jim Harbaugh?
I'm guessing because of that tone, it's very good.
Against the spread, 15-4.
That's really good.
And
Like,
because,
that's-
just last year and then 2-0 this year.
Yep.
They were 13-4 against the spread last year.
Well, and look, we could say it like you.
So, dude, they're kind of a machine right now, and it's sneaky because they're not. It's not like they're not like flashy Ravens and Bills type of offense, but they just freaking. They do what it takes. They smother you.
Ready to rock.
They built a little bit of a bully, and shocker, that's what Jim Harbaugh does. It was the same thing at Michigan. But unlike at Michigan, no offense to J.J. McCarthy, they're a bully with a quarterback
He's awesome.
that is starting to emerge now. Like, there was always that, like, how good is Justin Herbert? We know he's a top 10 guy. Is he closer to 4 or is he closer to 10? And the top 4 guys in the league are established, and there really is no argument, right? You have the top 3, and then Burrow tucks in at 4, but now Burrow being injured, and you get past those that 4 spot,
he's 5th.
You can make a strong case.
Who else would you?
Well, I mean, then you go in. Are we talking C.J. Stroud? Are you talking
Stafford.
Jaden Daniels? Are you talking Matt Stafford still? Do you want to throw Jalen Hurts in that? Like, there's a debate, but I will listen to the idea that Justin Herbert is number 5. And if you want to take injuries into it, I will listen to the fact that he could be number 4 behind Joe Burrow. So you throw that in with kind of the bully ball that they are playing right now, and you're starting to get some development. Like, all of a sudden, Quentin Johnson, the kid at TCU who was stone hands, all of a sudden he looks pretty good. And Ladd McConkey has been great since he drafted him. And Keenan Allen is back.
Funny what good coaching can do.
Yeah. And they just, the Chargers.
You can still get them plus money to win the AFC West.
I think that is a great value at this point.
They might be the new Chiefs.
Plus money? Yeah, because
plus money.
The Raiders, whatever. Like,
they're not going to win the AFC.
They're not doing crap. And let's be fair to the Denver Broncos. Whatever you think of Bo Nix does not look what he did last year. It's only 2 games in. My bigger concern is through 2 weeks, the Denver defense, which I would have said is a top 3 or 4 defense coming into this year, the defense does not look great.
Well, it did in week 1.
I don't know.
They were bad. Dude, Denver tried to lose that game, but the defense bailed them out. They didn't look good against Indy
at all.
Although they did outgain Indy, but Indy never punted.
Yeah.
I think the Broncos are the new Chargers. That's who I was referring to. The Chargers, they were always pretty good, but just would find a way to blow it.
Find ways.
I feel like Denver's got a little bit of that cooking, and we're not really talking about it.
They tried to pee it down their leg against the Titans, who had no business being in that game. And then they did pee it down their leg against the Colts.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The Broncos the new Chargers?
This weekend will tell us a lot about the Broncos.
I mean, they should have won that Indy game. If you watch that game,
They should have won that game.
Dude, they should have won that game.
Can I tell you? So in real time, I don't know if I have ever been more. And by the way, this week they do have the Chargers. So this is
and the Chargers, by the way, they're only 2.5 point favorites.
A couple
over
really good divisional matchups this week. That's one of them.
I'm fired up about this. In real time, I don't know if I've ever yelled more at my TV for like. So the Colts got it to about a 59-yard field goal. So they were on whatever the 40-ish.
Yeah.
And there was a minute and I want to say like a minute 30, minute 40 left, and they had all of their timeouts. And they decided, by the way, their kicker has kicked like 8 or 9 field goals in his NFL career. So they get to about 59, and they decided with 3 timeouts. They ran one play in that minute 40, gained basically no yards, and then just were like, no, we're fine kicking this 60-yard field goal. No worries. That is I would fire Shane Steichen on the spot for that. And yet Denver came out. The dude is a 60-yard field goal. And Denver decided to commit 2 infractions against the center. You didn't even have to rush the kicker. You just line up and be like, dude, you want to kick a 60-yard field goal? Yeah, be my guest.
Very Chargery, isn't it?
What is that?
What is that? You tell me.
What are the freaking Panthers doing?
Yeah, this is my point. Sean Payton's got a little bit of that.
Dude, it was mind-numbingly stupid on the part of Shane Steichen, and then the Denver Broncos said, hold my beer.
You know who else has a little bit of that? Bo freaking Nix.
Yes.
God. What was that pick he threw at
I don't know.
Dude, okay, so yes, I am a scorned gambler here because I bet on Denver.
I could hear it.
A lot of people did.
Dude, come on. Yeah. You're all, and then the idiot misses the stupid kicker misses the kick that would have put him up 5, and then the Colts would have had to score a touchdown instead of a field goal. Yep. They absolutely botched the entire football game.
100%.
I think they're the new Chargers, and the Chargers are the new Chiefs.
I like where
Wrap your head around all of that.
I like where we're going with this.
And by the way,
blown.
Here, how about the Chargers? Like, think about what Saquon Barkley did for the Eagles, and think about what Derrick Henry did for the Titans. Yeah. Now, I don't know if Marion Hampton. Yeah. I don't know how you feel about him. It's early. He's a rookie. Early. He looks good at times. Other times, it's like, I don't know. I don't know if he's the guy. Yeah. But boy, can you imagine that offense with a Christian McCaffrey type player?
Yes.
In the backfield,
because
look at what that did for the Eagles and Ravens. Like the Chargers seem like they're kind of poised for that sort of splash.
And Hampton so far, like there just hasn't been like a ton of production. And I know he's splitting time between him and Najee Harris. But yes, you would think. And look, they spent the pick and making Hampton the guy, and I don't know if he is yet, but you're right that eventually, I promise you, if Hampton isn't the guy, that Harris will be gone next year. Jim Harbaugh will keep going until he finds his bell cow.
And he will get one.
And he will find one. Oh, my God.
Oh, no. I thought you were back.
We got a granny. And
Machado!
I'm not talking about Mod. Manny Machado hit a grand slam, 6'2" Padres. He jacked a granny today.
Wow. I do so hate Manny Machado.
Hurts a little bit.
Yeah, he's a punk.
Yeah, I was just saying, man, let's get out of this inning, get out of this no. But yes.
Is there a running back that might be traded that's really good or that's sitting out there? There probably isn't. But
running back, I will say that if you're willing to pay, you can get. So you look over the last handful of years, right? McCaffrey was available, Josh Jacobs was available, Derrick Henry was available. You can find.
They're out there.
You can find them. But they'll keep going down the draft road. Again, Najee Harris was available in free agency, so I don't think they'll necessarily trade for one. I also am not certain that the Chargers are going to just like.
No, they're not.
I think they understand that this is a process and they're building something. And again, it's 2 games in.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, just imagine that. If you think about what they need.
Yes.
They need a healthy Khalil Mack. Yes. Their defense looks great. Derwin James is playing great. Yep. Their coach, they've got everything. Yep. Just imagine that.
And next year,
adding that,
Alt will go back to his normal position, and Rashawn Slater will go back to, in theory, being an all-pro left tackle. The offensive line will continue to get better, and if it's not Hampton, like I said, they will keep bringing in backs, and the Chargers are building something really good, and it does feel like when you watch Herbert, he's running more, he's fluid. They even said on the broadcast that last year they were just trying to get lined up and just kind of running through basic stuff. And I think you're seeing him kind of get the full operation of this offense, and it could be scary good. Man, he rips as good a seam ball as there is in the NFL. He has such arm talent. I'm excited.
Well, he can run.
Yes,
big, durable.
I'm excited for what the future holds for the Chargers, because that division's going to be fun.
Yeah,
the Raiders or whatever, but I do believe in what Denver's doing. Like you said, we'll see where the ceiling is for Bo Nix. So many of these quarterbacks end up with sophomore slumps, and so we'll see.
I think the big thing for Nix this year is he's got to beat good defenses,
Yes.
good teams.
Yes.
I mean, so far playing Tennessee and Indy and being 1-1, that's not good enough. His play is not good enough
No,
yet.
it is not.
If you've watched him,
No.
but he'll be fine.
Yep.
He's good. It's just, I think it's more going to be about what he does against the better teams, the Chiefs, the Chargers.
But I'm just excited that division is.
So we'll see this week.
You got 3 nasty teams in
Yeah.
that, and don't write off Kansas City.
Oh no.
People are trying to dig their grave. Dude, do that. Dig the grave at your own peril, because every time you think that Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes are done and they've showed some sort of weakness, dude, they'll kick you right in the nuts. And by the way, their 2 best offensive players, not named Patrick Mahomes, or at least skill position wise, they're going to come back at some point. So get them now. They may not win this division.
Well, it's a long season.
I don't want to see them in the playoffs.
Dan Lanning is, I don't even know. I don't know the reaction to this, but, and I don't really care, but he has made headlines for his post-game statements.
Yes.
After Northwestern on violence in America. And we're going to play those for you if you haven't heard them. 2 minutes in length. Next, here's Buck.
Now,
Of Rivalry Week, brought to you by Wodo Wuda. Dan Lanning will be on our show tomorrow at 4, and Joey Harrington will be on our show Friday at 5:30.
Look at that.
How about some coverage?
Rivalry Week off to a wowsing start.
Brought to you by Wodo Wuda. Now, Lanning made some comments after the Northwestern game.
Yes.
That have gone viral. We haven't played them here yet, but we're about to.
Well, it turns out, and I guess I didn't know this until after the unfortunate tragedy. I guess Charlie Kirk was a big Oregon Duck fan. I don't know why.
He was at the game you guys were all at, the Ohio State game.
Yeah, I only became aware of it after people noted that he was in attendance at that Oregon-Ohio State game last year.
Yeah. So there were some text messages, I think, exchanged between Charlie Kirk and Dan Lanning before his death. And so Lanning felt compelled to speak about it after the game. And here's what that sounded like.
I want to take a quick second to say something that's important to our players. And I wouldn't normally hop into this, but I want everybody to understand that this is not political in any way. But as a dad of 3 kids, a 13-year-old, a 12-year-old, a 10-year-old, I see at times what's going on in this country, and I think, I have a platform that is worth saying something about. And what I'll say right now is, where is the respect for human life? And I think there's a lot more to this. I mean, people can say, let's make it about guns and let's make it about mental health. Why can't we use a common sense approach and make it about everything? And this isn't me taking a stance, but our players told, me this spring that gun violence was really important to them. And I just want to ask everybody, what are we doing about it, right? We can continue to sit around and expect different results. And don't think I'm sitting here talking about gun control. Don't think I'm not talking about mental health. I'm talking about all of it. And how about we got a lot of smart people in this country. How about we do something to fix it, right? And I know that means a lot to our players. It certainly means something to me when I send my 3 kids to school and expect to see them come home. And I think enough's enough. And at some point, we got to look at ourselves, take a hard look in the mirror, and figure out where can we support the people that are having problems with mental health in this country. Where can we support making sure that people that shouldn't have weapons don't have weapons, and support, really our law enforcement to where they can, help handle situations when situations arise. So, again, I'm not trying to be political, but I do care about human life. And I do care about human decency, and I'm hoping that at some point we can take a stand and do something about it.
Yeah, so I don't know who thinks that's controversial. If you do, he
goes on. There's a little further where he talks a little bit about. There's a longer clip where he mentions Charlie Kirk and
right.
He liked Charlie. He agreed with some of his stuff, didn't agree with others, and he says it doesn't really matter. And he talks about being a father and and now an orphan child. So I think maybe that was maybe the one where it's such a.
Do you have that, Buck?
I don't have that part of that, but I can get it.
It's just we're at this weird point where if you mention that name, you're either one side or the other simply by mentioning the name, or if you have compassion, or if you don't, or you say that you liked him or you didn't like him, automatically you're put into a camp, and it's such a divisive thing, and it's a really scary time. I talked about this when.
Well, hold on. That was. I do think that we played the wrong clip for you.
Yeah.
I don't think that was the Northwestern game.
Okay.
I think that was his previous. He's
Gun
made
violence.
comments before about gun violence, and I think that's what that was. I think we made a mistake there. So
okay,
I apologize. I think, Buck, can you get
Yes.
his comments from Northwestern?
Because the one he talks about, he talks
it's
about
more about Charlie.
It's more about Charlie, and he talks about the locker room
and just love.
Yeah, and he says that we have a lot of different guys in our locker room that have different points of view, but we still love each other. We still respect each other. So, I had not heard that one, so I was a little kind of like, well, there's
that one was the more generic one. Well, generic. That was after I think a school shooting.
Well, and that's the sad
last year.
Well, this is the sad part is that we now have Dan Lanning's been here for a couple years, and we now have 2 speeches about gun violence because. I mean, my God, there's a new one every other day. In fact, I think it was the day of the Charlie Kirk assassination. There was another school shooting, I believe, in Colorado. So, unfortunately, these things can apply to so many different.
Well, maybe let's take a break
things
and let Buckley work his magic in there
to find the actual,
because he is a magician.
Yeah.
But in radio, sometimes it takes some time to get some audio.
Understand
for radio.
Well, but
I do want to play.
They might be dumped into the system as Dan Lanning on gun violence, and again, we now have 2 Dan Lannings on gun violence, and I think that alone speaks volumes about where we're at.
So we'll get to that. I promise we'll get to that next on The Fan.
It's time for a Ducks Report, the inside story on Ducks athletics. Brought to you by Mods PDX. The future of building is here.
The game means a lot to me.
Hey, it's
regardless,
landing.
but hearing our players talk about it, hearing former players like Ryan Walk talk about this game, like that, it definitely makes me want to go out there and execute at a high level, you know. And Bryce is certainly one of those guys that it means a lot to.
Betcher.
Yeah. And he was the guy that they used Betcher for the Shoe Duck uniform because of the local angle and that he's a local kid and a walk-on in both baseball and football. And, you know, that rivalry obviously means a lot to someone from this area as opposed to a lot of kids that are from around the country that are just learning about it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll have more from Lanning tomorrow on the show when he joins us at 4 o'clock. Mods PDX, the future of building is here.
Dirt and spray. Dirt and spray.
I don't know how seriously we considered Cincinnati as a contender in the AFC going into the
The world could learn a little bit of something from our locker room because we got a bunch of people with differences, and what you got in there is a bunch of people that love there. And there's some people that'll be disappointed about how much I said about this, right? And there'll be some people that are disappointed that I didn't say enough, right? And I really don't care, right? What I do care about is if you disagree with me, if you hate me, if you don't like me, just know this: I love you. I absolutely love you, right? And life matters, and that's no way that Charlie should have experienced that. His family should experience that. There's no way that that evil should exist in this world, and we have to continue to identify it and point it out and make sure that it's absolutely evil. There's no reason in the world that our kids, we should be worried about sending our kids to school. It's our most valuable commodity in the world. They should be protected. And the reality is there's just not a lot of common sense on both sides. Like common sense says, oh, it's mental health, right? Common sense says, oh, it's guns. You know what? It's both. Like, let's have some common sense. Our kids should be the most protected thing in the world, right? They should have armed guards at every school because there's sick people. There's sick people in this world, right? And on top of that, sick people need help. And it should be really hard for a sick person to have a gun. It should be really hard, right? And if people can't see that from both sides, how disappointing is that? But I just know, like, when you see moments like that exist right now in our country, like, I just think about my kids. And I remember I saw that video. It was disgusting. And I just told him, like, man, I hope my kids don't see that video. Like, how much does that suck? I hope Charlie's kids never see that video. Like, disgusting, right? And we glorify it. We praise it. People are internet warriors, and those are sick people. And at some point, we need to go look at sports, because what our football team has is it has people on both sides of the fence. Right? And there's fans that love our team that have a lot of different opinions. And the truth is, there's a lot of things Charlie said that I did not agree with at all. There's a lot of things he said that I did agree with. But what's disappointing is I can respect those differences. And somebody else couldn't. And they thought that they deserved to be God in that moment. And they didn't. Right? And nobody should have to experience that. So, yeah, I got a lot of disappointment. We had we had Bible study with our team. We talked about it with our team, and I think our team feels the same way. Regardless of views, I don't think they feel anybody ever deserves to experience what some people in our country are experiencing right now. It's super disappointing.
So, yeah, that's what he said after Northwestern.
Thought it was a great message.
That's a real guy right there.
Yes, it is.
Dan Lanning.
And more people, again, locker rooms, sports oftentimes is the worst of us. It can be. But sports can also be the best of us. And I do think locker rooms are a great, they're a great microcosm of what can be, because it is true. A lot of people inside that locker room are going to be very different, and you're going to get white, and you're going to get black, and you're going to get Hispanic, and you're going to get Islander. And, you have so many different points of view, but you come together as a team. And I love that he said there's some things that I really agreed with and some things I didn't, but I can respect those differences. And that's what I just, on my Friday sign off, that's what I said. Dude, call someone that doesn't agree with you. Call a family member, call a friend of yours that doesn't agree with you, and just tell them that you love them and that it's okay, that you don't, life's boring if we all agree on something. But it doesn't mean that we have to be terrible to one another. And it doesn't mean that because someone doesn't see the world the way you see it, that person should be canceled, or that person should be fired, or that person should be, shamed into thinking that they're a terrible person because they don't view it the same way you do. And I thought it was a really important message that Lanning had there after that.
Oh. Coming up next, move over, Sinaloans.
We've got a new
Yeah,
King
there's
Poobah.
a new sheriff.
Oh boy.
El Señor Mencho. You read about this guy yet?
Can't say that I have.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell you all about him.
It's probably terrifying.
We also...
Malchel?
Malchel? I knew it. Damn Malchel.
That's quality. It's quality.
Shane Falco, so Malchel.
Senor Malchel.
What was I going to tell you? Oh, we have another late night talk show hitting the burial ground.
Yep.
It's wild out there, Jace.
Wild in these streets, man.
It's wild out there.
Expired.
Club Hour next on The Fan. Hey, what's up? You guys want to hear about some windows?
Would love to hear about some
You guys want to hear about something cool?
Please.
None of this other nonsense? How about windows?
Can't we all agree? Can't we come together over
like
quality
who doesn't
windows?
like windows?
Yeah, now.
And free windows.
Well, they're not free.
Well, you get, it's
No,
deals.
They kind of are if you buy enough.
Yeah, you buy enough, right?
Well, they're 50% off.
Yeah.
That's not free.
That's half free.
I cannot advertise free windows, but they are half off.
That's good.
So you can save half of your monies if you need new windows right now with the folks at Window Nation. Trust them. A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, 96% customer satisfaction rating, 45,000 5-star reviews. What's not to love? If you have been noticing that maybe your windows are drafty, maybe they're leaky, it's time to act. Winter's coming up. Got to keep that warm air in your house. And new windows can do that. Save you a bunch of money on your energy bills, and you will only have to pay half of what it would normally cost right now. Any window style you want, 50% off, 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 2 years at Window Nation. This is their most popular deal, but this sale does end in a couple of weeks. Schedule your fast, free estimate right now with Window Nation at windownation.com or 866-90-NATION. 866-90-NATION. Tell them you heard it from Rop on the Fan. License number OR 249065.
You worked hard for your 401k, but if you've left your job, you're
Do you know who Robert Irwin is?
Is that Steve Irwin's kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, who's like a bohunk now.
Yes. I was
like-
just reading about
He's
him.
like a super sexy Aussie guy now.
So the Hollywood Reporter did a story on him.
Yeah.
Was he following in his dad's footsteps?
Yes.
Doing the whole nature thing too?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's now 21 years old. This is the Crocodile Hunter's kid.
Yeah.
Bindy's brother. He's now 21 years old, and he's a male. He's a male model. He's an underwear model.
Yeah.
But he's also a wildlife.
Is he?
Well, I mean, yes, he's
By default?
This article says he is now the new face of Australia. He's handsome as hell. He has abs for days, and he poses for Bond's underwear
Yeah.
with snakes
Yeah. He was on like Dancing with the Stars.
and alligators.
Yeah.
And yes, now he's on Dancing with the Stars, which, by the way, is going to raise his profile exponentially.
Yeah, every time like I come across him, like there'll be like a random thing on my feed, and he is in like there's this bulge, and then he's got a snake around him, and he's
Yes.
like,
That's his whole bit.
It's his whole bit.
His whole bit is take off his shirt, put on a pair of Bond's undies, drop a snake around his neck, make money.
Yeah. Not good for him.
God, what a life.
Steve crawled so that Robert can walk in his underwear with snakes.
So true.
Because Steve was he was a chubby guy.
Well, he was older. I mean, this kid looks like him.
Yeah.
He's just younger and handsome and like
svelte.
in shape.
Sexified. Which is weird when you like whenever you see someone that grew up in the limelight, because I remember like him being a little kid. The same thing with
Yeah.
like the sister, and then all of a sudden it's like, by the way, bulge.
Check these out.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Well, it's like David Beckham's kid throwing out
Yes.
his package out.
He's
there.
like, check out my dong.
God.
It's strange.
Well, Bieber had a little bit of this. Where it's like,
Yeah.
you're a kid in our minds.
In your mind, you still think of them as a little kid.
Stop I've never seen so much dong in my life.
Yeah, he's dancing
Well,
with
anyway.
Whitney Carson, who's also a hot.
Are your balls jiggling?
There was someone on the new season of Dancing with, because I saw a commercial for it.
He was on it, right?
Yeah, he's on the new season, but there was someone I'm trying to.
Your girl, Ilona Mar?
Corey Feldman's on it.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Because I saw like the preview for it, and I was like, oh my god, I have not watched an episode of Dancing with the Stars. I don't think ever.
I don't think I have either.
But when I saw the cast come across, I was like, there was one, and that's who it was. I was like, oh my God, Corey Feldman. Because he thinks he's like Michael Jackson. I will tune in. I don't know when that thing debuts. I will watch simply to see Corey Feldman.
They finally found a celebrity that
Yes.
get you to tune in.
I watched one time in the early seasons because Jerry Rice was competing.
Oh, there you go. Dude, Corey Feldman is so insane. And that is just going to be... I want to see them criticize him and be like, Corey, you have to do something other than dance like Michael Jackson. I want to hear that pushback. You're literally talking to a crazy person. I can't wait.
Andy Richter will be on this this edition. Yeah.
Do you think Corey Feldman will dance to any of his own music?
Oh, stop it.
Yes.
Rocking you on a Friday. Why did I say that?
This is Corey Feldman. I can't.
Jordan Childs.
Who?
U.S. Olympic gymnast.
Jordan Childs?
Oh, okay. Yeah, whenever I see like the Dancing with the Stars, I always feel like maybe they go a little extreme with the star part of it.
Well, of course they do.
But
I mean, dude, that show. Find me. Okay, so I would say this. In my life, that show is probably the most popular show, the biggest show that I have never watched.
Oh, okay. Yeah, interesting.
What about yours?
The Bachelor.
Never watched it?
No.
I've watched it.
I'm aware of
I have too.
I was in the Bachelor Fantasy
I'm
League
sorry.
once.
No one in my life has watched The Bachelor, therefore I've never seen it. Like I've seen the Kardashians.
Yeah.
I'm trying to I've seen obviously American Idol. I've seen the Biggest Loser or whatever. I don't.
America's Got Talent.
Yeah, I don't think I've
I've
ever
never seen
actually
that.
sat down and watched. I haven't watched The Masked Singer once.
I've never watched that one.
But
Neither
Is
have
that
I.
popular?
Yeah,
It's very popular, but it's a little bit lame because they can never get real A-list celebrities to do it. And so the judges are guessing. They're like, do you think it's Lady Gaga? And it's like, no, it's not Lady effing Gaga. She's not coming on this show.
Yeah, that is my favorite part about it, if you ever do, is the guessing, because you're right. They guess the biggest stars in the world, and then when there's the reveal, you never know who it, like they take the head off and we're all thinking the same thing.
And you don't know who that is.
Who?
Who's that?
You're like, wait, you thought that was going to be Paul McCartney?
Yeah.
No, it's like the no.
Isn't Tom Brady? Weren't they rumoring Tom Brady to be on that thing?
Yeah, it's not. And then you just that I've seen, but I've never seen Dancing with the Stars. But I think I will watch to see Corey Feldman. Corey Feldman is such a fascinating figure because child stardom broke him. Like obviously, like bad things happen to that dude, but like his level of insanity is, and now he's got like a weird Billy Idol haircut. It was on at the gym, and I saw the ad for it, and I was like, holy cow, Corey Feldman, let's go.
Bronson Arroyo was on The Masked Singer. The pitcher.
The pitcher?
See, that's my point.
Well, he's a
and
musician.
they're never going to guess him, though.
But if you pulled the mask, like if you were just sat down and watching, would you know that that's Bronson
the
Arroyo?
average American is not going to know who the hell he is.
No, I'm asking the two of you.
If he had his white man cornrow braids,
yeah,
I'd
the
know.
cornrows would give it away. You remember that?
Yeah.
He's in a band, I think. I think he actually has some. I think I would be able to.
There's no way.
But in the mask, you wouldn't know that that's him. You don't know what his voice sounds like.
Of course not.
And no one's going to guess that.
Dude, you're telling me that you would look at that photo and be like Bronson Arroyo? That's him singing.
Not that photo.
That's him singing.
No, I know, but look at the one with the cornrows.
Yeah.
That's what we were saying.
He doesn't have cornrows
Well,
anymore.
but what we were saying is, if he had the cornrows, we would recognize him. Do you listen to us?
The best part of that show is no one has any idea who anyone is, including the judges.
I've also never watched.
Attention?
Nope.
I've also never watched Love Island, and I know that's really popular.
Oh, I was forced.
That's the one this year, right? That's really hot?
Yeah, I mean, I guess
I
it's
have
like
not
the
seen
biggest
that
show
yet.
in the country.
It's
dude.
the biggest social media show right now.
I don't know what this says, but the BTJ loves smutty, trashy shows. The more smutty and the more nudity, it's a whole thing. There's this new show. She loves MILF Island. Can't get enough of it. Every time I come home, MILF Island's on, or whatever that hell that show is.
Love Island?
Love Island. I just call it MILF Island.
Well, there is a MILF
There
Island.
is a
I
MILF
think that's
Island.
a separate one. It's
Yeah.
like
She's watching that, and there's a new one. Oh God,
these are like the Chicago Fire and the
Yeah.
NYPD.
no. There's a
and
new
all
one
the-
that's like on Netflix that she's watching, and it's same thing. It's about
Love
like
is Blind?
It's about Texas housewives.
Oh, Hunting Wives?
Hunting Wives.
Yeah, my wife watched that one. That's not reality, though, right? I thought
No,
that one's
it's-
just a
and
smutty.
all it is just it's a bunch of. And by the way, there is a ton of nudity. She always sells me on, honey, you need to watch this. There's a ton of nudity. That's how she gets me. That's how she ropes me in. And to her credit, this show is a bunch of naked ladies sleeping with like high school boys, and then like getting
You-
it on
you
with
love
each other
that.
in the back of a Subaru. And I'm like, why are you watching this? And she's like, I don't know, but she can't get enough of it. She loves smutty, trashy television. It's so weird. And I'm like, dude, now she wants to watch The Secret Lives of Mormon Housewives.
Yeah, that one. My wife's into that one. She was watching the reunion show, and I unfortunately had to.
We were sitting down the other night, and she was like, "What do you want to start watching?" And I was like, "I don't know." She goes, "What if we watch The Secret Lives of Mormon Housewives?" I'm like, "What?" And hey, one of my former teammates is on the show.
Yeah, you're quarterback,
Yeah.
right?
One of my quarterbacks is one of the husbands on The Secret Wives.
What's
of
his name?
Brett Ingeman.
He's a hot.
Okay.
He's a hot.
Well, pretty much all of them are hot.
Yeah, and they're all swinging.
Yeah, it's a weird show because.
And by the way, had I known that went on, where the hell was this when I was a Mormon?
A little heads up.
Yeah, which
Well, they wouldn't put you on there.
I know, but
You're in the World Association of Ugly People.
I know it's so disappointing.
But he'd like to be introduced to some others.
Yeah, like you.
It is weird
You
because
don't need
they're
like
all.
a referee at the orgy. I can't film. What am I?
Are there orgy referees?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I can throw a flag and be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Someone to organize. Maybe I could bring like snacks. Yeah, flags. I just want to be involved.
So they're all Mormon. So you think they're all like wholesome, and they kind of present as wholesome because they feel like they have to.
But then they're all sleeping with the same husband?
But then they're all doing it, and they're all every one of them like it was like this. They just went in a circle and basically all started crying and basically just spilling their guts about their deepest, darkest problems.
That was it.
And then like, oh, you're so brave for coming out and saying that. And then it was the next one. Well, when I was, And then, oh, you're so brave. And then it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen on TV. And that's saying something.
But your wife likes it.
Oh, she loves it.
Yeah. Well,
she was really into it.
Well, guess what we're about to start watching?
Those
That.
normies. Yeah,
Well,
dude.
I feel cheated because nothing cool happened. In the handful of years that I was going to church, nothing cool happened like that. So disappointing.
We're also losing Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Yeah.
When's the last time you watched Jimmy Kimmel Live?
Been a while. I don't watch. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think many people watch.
Regardless
late
of what they're
Well-
saying, late night is dying.
Oh, dude. I thought it died a long time
It's
ago.
been dying.
I'm just
this
amazed.
Isn't new.
I've always been amazed that those shows are all still on because, like they were saying with Colbert.
Yeah.
What's it like? $300 million to put that show on or something?
Yeah, and like 2 million people watch it.
Like, who
it's
the hell is watching?
not many people.
And Fallon's on there still.
Yep.
Kimmel.
Well, Kimmel not anymore.
Yeah, Well, I'll tell you that story in a second. But
I think you're down to Seth
Colbert's
Meyer-
canceled.
I think you're down to Seth Meyers
Seth
and
Jimmy
you're
Fallon.
down to Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah,
Or not
and
Jimmy Kimmel,
Jimmy
Jimmy
Fallon.
Fallon.
Myers is on later though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's after.
He's
the
like the-
Tonight
They're
old
both
Conan.
NBC, so it goes Fallon, then Myers
Yeah.
in succession.
So ABC has pulled the Jimmy Kimmel Live late night talk show off the air indefinitely after controversial comments by its host about Charlie Kirk.
Yep. So the person that the largest owner of network affiliates in the country put out a statement saying that they are suspending it. They're going to preempt it indefinitely because they don't feel it's good for the country. And this supposedly in light of the FCC threatening to pull the license of ABC. So
Yeah, which is a subsidiary of Disney.
Yes.
So big
Scary times.
Big money at play here.
This is
big. That's a big deal, and so they're just saying for the foreseeable future it will be preempted.
Yeah, which means it's done for.
A person with familiarity with the situation told CNBC Jimmy Kimmel is not fired. Disney plans to speak with him about what he should say when he goes back on the air.
Yeah, I just think this is.
And I don't even know
scary
what he
times.
said originally, but
he.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it doesn't matter.
But that's why they pulled him off the air.
Yeah, it's scary times. This is now 2 late night shows that seemingly have been pulled due to political pressure from the White House, and I think that is absolutely terrifying, especially in light of all the things about free speech and protecting it, and we have to be able to have our First Amendment, and I just think this stuff is.
Your fearless leader has said that, and he said this.
Yeah.
That leaves Jimmy and Seth 2 total losers on fake news NBC. Their ratings are also horrible. Do it, NBC.
Yeah.
He's basically telling them to fire those guys.
I find this
It's
particularly
wild.
troubling and scary, but
All right, so let's get to some Mexican cartel news.
Speaking of scary,
not so much anymore.
No,
you're
just fine with the you're like the
El
cartel.
Senor Mencho. He's all on the up and up. He's the new leader. I told you.
I believe it's pronounced Malcho. Can you please get
El
it correct?
Senor Mencho, so Malchal. There is a drug trafficker rankings akin to the AP Top 25.
Oh, no.
And we have a new number 1, a new drug and a new kingpin.
Dude, it's like Georgia all over again, rising up the rankings.
We'll get to that next on The Fan.
Shane Falco, so Malcho.
He's back. Damian Lillard is returning to Rip City.
Batum throws to Lillard. A 3 for the game.
A long road to recovery from injury still looms.
Is Drew Holiday still around? What sort of progress has Klingon made? What happens with Scoot? It's such a weird thing.
But hope is renewed. Keep it on The Fan all
Someone texted and said, "Hey, at least your wives aren't watching real murder shows."
That's true.
No, it isn't.
Really?
Listen, no. My wife, I've told you this before. Her TV watching is narrow. It is either Naked and Afraid or some sort of outdoor survival show.
Yeah.
A murder show, of which they're all the freaking same.
I watch a lot of those.
And there's 8 million of them. They're all over the place. She watches them all the time. Or some stupid Mormon Wives or Love Island reality
But
show.
I do think it's better if your wife is watching smut as opposed to murder. Smut better than murder, right?
I don't know about that.
No?
I don't know. Some of the murder ones are interesting because they're, like they're mysteries or whatever, but
The murder ones would make me... If all my wife did was watch...
It's very depressing.
Murder shows or serial... Especially about like wives and husbands killing each other, I would be like, what the... Like,
So would you rather be dumber or more depressed? Because that's really what you're
I
getting.
think I'd rather be dumber and maybe she gets a little horned up in the process, right?
I'm too dumb. I don't even think about things like that.
Like, look, if you watch the Huntington Wives or whatever the hell that show is,
The Hunting Wives.
The Hunting Wives, and then like all of a sudden you want to go up and like you're like, hey, we need to go upstairs. I'm like, cool, watch this all you want. If you get done watching a Dateline show about killing your husband and you want to go upstairs, all of a sudden that takes on an entirely different meaning.
Yeah, you feel unsafe and you have a gut punch sitting in there. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
no,
like,
no
I don't
good.
like this at all. So I will take smut over murder. It's like when you get that gal that's really into the macabre, like really into Halloween. You're either going to have a great time or something weird's about to happen. Maybe a combination of both.
So Mencho, or Malchol,
Oh, yes, old Malchol.
is the new reigning drug kingpin of Mexico.
Shane Falco, so Malchol.
And he is from Jalisco. It's the New Generation Cartel.
I have heard of I've heard of the area of Mexico, but I thought there was a Jalisco cartel itself. This is a
Well, maybe that's maybe who it is. It's the Jalisco New Generation Cartel.
Okay,
That's
so-
who he.
all right.
And he's 59 years old, and he's moved to number 1 on the rankings, passing the Sinaloans. Now, the reason he has moved to number 1 on the rankings, the Sinaloans, there's been some infighting.
Yes.
And they have factions that are fighting with one another, and it's kind of torn them apart. But also, fentanyl, the Sinaloans were Mexico's top fentanyl trafficker.
Okay.
They were in the fentanyl game. Well, the Americans are cracking down on fentanyl.
Yeah, because it's killing all of us.
And so they're caught in the crosshairs of that. So they're having some problems, the Sinaloans.
Yeah.
Enter Malchol. You know what
Shane
his
Falco, so Malchol.
Do you know what his drug of what he's distributing? And Americans are loving it again.
Are we back to the heroin or are we back
No.
to the booger sugar?
We're back to the coke.
Oh, well, good.
We're back to good old-fashioned cocaine.
What did cocaine ever do to anybody? Don't answer that question.
So they're saying Mencho is the most powerful drug trafficker operating in the world today. He is the new number 1. What is happening now is a pivot to much more cocaine distribution in America. This is from the Wall Street Journal. It says, cocaine sold in the U.S. is cheaper and as pure as ever for retail buyers. Consumption in the western U.S. has increased 154% since 2019, and it's up 19% during the same period in the eastern part of the country.
How about that?
In contrast, fentanyl use in the U.S. began to drop in mid 2023 and has been declining since.
Yeah, does anyone... now, granted, I will say, when I was at BYU, we did have prescribed, we had fentanyl inhalant spray that was used as a painkiller.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
How do you feel about that now?
Well, I mean, we didn't die. I mean, it was...
Yeah.
It was regular, kind of. Anyway.
Was it better back then? Or was it just less?
I'll tell you what, dude. That thing was like ice water in your veins. They gave us a little inhaler, and if you got hurt on the side, if you hurt your knee, and you could go into the locker room and kind of do a couple of those, and all of a sudden you're like, man, I don't feel nothing. So I'm sure it's not good for you, but does anyone do fentanyl recreationally? The only time I hear about fentanyl is hey, I did some coke or I did some heroin where I was laced with fentanyl and now I'm dead.
No, I think they do because it's cheaper and it's apparently the high is just...
So people are actively be yes, I want fentanyl.
I don't think people like maybe you and I you and I.
Yeah, but
But yeah, I think on the streets, it's
more
a
of
thing.
the fringe parts of society.
By the way, this is morbid, but we look back at some of the meds that my father-in-law had before his death.
Yeah, probably rough stuff.
And you've been through this.
Oh yeah.
Those fentanyl patches.
Oh yeah.
Like I was looking at those and I was asking my wife, who was a former nurse, and I was like, "How much?" I just looked at the patch and showed it to her. I'm like, "How much is that?" She goes, "Oh, dude,
yeah.
I don't even know the grams, but she's like, that would absolutely kill you."
Hey, do you have any?
No, you can't keep that stuff.
Have any left over? I mean, blink twice. Oh yeah. So so fentanyl's out.
So
which is
cocaine.
good.
So this is saying that for new users of cocaine, it does not carry the stigma of fentanyl, heroin, and some of the other drugs.
I would hope not.
And it shouldn't.
It should.
It shouldn't.
By the way, kids, don't do cocaine.
Well,
but
there was a time, like in the 90s,
Yeah.
crack cocaine,
Yeah.
that scared people off. Like, big cocaine did not like crack cocaine.
No.
Because it scared everyone off of cocaine.
Well, believe me, I had to sit through a lot of DARE presentations.
Right. And so
about, crack being whacked.
So people did get scared off of the blow. I mean, like back in the 80s, I mean, blow was a thing.
Yes, it was.
But
Miami Vice was built around it. I mean, come on.
Right. And now it's back. Now this guy, Malchol, apparently he grew up poor and he sold avocados.
Not
but
anymore.
He's making a killing from cocaine buyers in the United States, and they're moving it by the ton.
It's a lot of coke.
From Colombia to Ecuador, and then up through the Pacific coast of Mexico via speedboat and narco subs. Like that's how they've gotten.
Well, I noticed like we're blowing up some of the Venezuelan drug dealers.
Yeah. Have you seen some of the aerials of the boats? And
we just blow them up.
Have you seen the drugs on these boats though?
No.
Dude, it's nuts.
Yeah.
Like they're just just
loaded up.
Loaded with I don't even know. Like I said, tons of white powder.
That's a lot of powder. Well,
Like imagine.
Well, people want drugs. So what you're saying is people in the United States still wanting large quantities of
Now, if
cocaine.
you're stranded on one of those boats, let's say you somehow get on there, and you're lost at sea.
I just find myself on.
Wasn't there a story about like cocaine sharks off of one of these places because some of these ships would get either taken out or whatever, and the drugs would just go into the water and
Now,
the sharks would eat them up. And
I don't know if any of this is true at all because well when I was bumming around in Key West all those years ago, like some of the people that were hanging out on the beaches in some of the bars like Captain Tony's down there, I don't know how reliable those sources are. You know what I mean? They're burnouts for a reason. But they would tell stories about if you live down there that often if you're out fishing or if you're stuff washing up on shore, and supposedly according to them, it is not an uncommon occurrence that if you're out and about, that you're just like, oh, what's this?
a floating brick out there.
Yeah, and there's just because boats sink or stuff falls off or whatever. So they claim that was that is not an uncommon occurrence.
So you're out on that boat, you're stranded.
Yeah.
You feel like you need your wits about you to try to stay alive.
You would think.
Or
you just
do you dabble?
Yeah.
How long do you do?
Hey, look.
Well, you don't know. That's the whole thing.
All right.
You're stranded at sea. Yeah. You can either
need a little more energy for your swim.
You got about honestly, I'm being dead serious. You got me for about 30 hours.
30 hours, you're going to try to play it straight.
Yeah.
Try to get rescued.
Yeah.
After that, it's like, hell with it.
We're just
let's OD.
I don't think I'm making it to 30 hours.
Because I feel like
that's a long time.
Yeah, I feel like 30 hours. I'm on a boat, right? So I'm not sinking. I'm just out there. I'm giving you 30 to 36 hours where I feel like, fingers crossed.
If the boat's in good shape, you've got reason to try to wait it out as long as possible.
No food.
I got no food and
no
more
water.
importantly the water, and I'm baking under the sun. Look, I'm giving you 30 to 36 hours, and then I know myself, those packages are getting opened up, and we're having a time.
And then once you do the drugs, what do you think what happens? Like
at that point, I don't know.
Do you end up going for a swim?
Is there a
or-
right time of day to do the drugs? Like, because you
What?
don't necessarily want to be like swimming in the heat of the day, right? Like if you're gonna swim for it.
No, I'm not swimming. I'm just sitting on the boat.
Oh, you're just hanging out.
Yeah,
I ain't
you're
going
stranded.
anywhere.
You're not going anywhere.
Oh, so you're just
Where
sitting
are
there
you
doing it
going?
for fun? I just thought you'd use it as an energy boost to
listen
swim
me.
away.
No, I'm saying you're stranded on that
time.
boat. You think you're probably dead, but you don't know that. And you want to keep your wits about you to try to survive, but then there's a bunch of blow, and you're like, well, that's probably more fun.
Yep.
What do you do?
Like, I'll tell you right now, at some point, I'm going out like a freaking champion is what's happening. And we're just, screw it. You put me on an island, by the way.
Well, you can still get rescued.
The Coast Guard shows up and you're Tony Montana all of a sudden.
I'll tell you what, it would be the greatest rescue video of all time.
Say hello to my little friend.
I'd be shirtless. Imagine what my beard would look like. Because at that point, I'm just
Santa.
Yeah.
You got Jesus.
At that point, my
Wow.
pants are probably off. Look, it's a thing. It's a thing.
So, okay, here's the good stuff. I want to tell you about this guy, Malchol.
Yeah.
The new drug kingpin. The number one drug kingpin in the world.
Look this guy up. Is he a handsome? I hope he's handsome.
Well, so he's very mysterious.
Oh, so we don't know.
There are not a lot of pictures of him, and there's a whole thing about how you go visit him. And because he does not leave his compound. Like, they are not going to catch this guy.
assume.
So we'll get to that coming up next. But first, here's Buck.
This is a Rivalry Week edition of Primetime with Isaac and Suk, brought to you by Roto-Rooter. Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Ryan Buckley with this SportsCenter update. First on the Fan, keeping an eye on the Mariners in the AL West division race. They started the day a half a game up on the Houston Astros. Mariners going for their 11th straight win. They're in Kansas City right now, still trailing 3-2. Salvador Perez got things started with a 3-run bomb for the Royals. Eugenio Suarez with a 2-run shot for the Mariners. It has stayed 3-2 since the third inning. They're now in the bottom of the sixth. The Royals threatening with 2 aboard and 1 man out. Meanwhile, the Houston Astros are hosting the Texas Rangers, and Houston's now taking a 4-2 lead. They're in the top of the fifth of that one. In the NFL, Seahawks running back Zach Charbonnet has been listed as questionable for this weekend's game as he misses practice with a foot injury today. The 49ers say Brock Purdy could play Sunday in a big NFC West matchup between San Francisco and Arizona. Purdy was expected to miss 2 to 5 weeks with a toe injury. Speaking of toe injuries, Joe Burrow could return this season according to the team, but he's expected to be out at least 3 months after toe surgery. And Tyrod Taylor will take over the starting QB duties for the Jets against the Buccaneers this weekend as Justin Fields has been ruled out with concussion. More sports scores and stories in 30 minutes. Ryan Buckley at the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Heard and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The Fan is live on YouTube and Twitch. And now Window Nation brings you on-demand videos. Watch Window Nation's Window into the Fan.
Isaac Robb for Langdon Farms, the single best public golf course in our area. No place is more committed to quality drainage for enjoyable winter golf, top-notch conditions 365 days of the year. Langdon Farms, just off I-5 in Wilsonville.
Your neighborhood grocery outlet has the name brands you love, all at shockingly low prices. But do you ever wonder how we do it? Simple. We buy opportunistic items for less and pass the savings along to you. When a brand has excess inventory from packaging or manufacturing overruns, they call us. And because our stores are owned and operated by people in your community, local store owners can choose products from our inventory that
just as close
Mason
as can
Miller.
be.
God dang, man.
Then he struck out Soto, and then Alonso didn't have a chance.
You see, Miller had an immaculate inning earlier this month where he threw 9 sliders, and it was the first immaculate inning they believe on record with no fastballs thrown.
Never threw his fastball once, huh?
Nope, 9 sliders, 9 strikes.
What an
3 up,
animal.
3 down.
So that's the like I was like because he throws 103 plus,
Yeah.
and then I don't know what you call like. Sometimes it's hard to tell like that little slider. He throws it like 89, 90.
Yeah, it's like a cut fastball.
And it's just, Soto got caught looking fastball, and it just buckled them. And Alonso didn't come close to a pitch. 3 pitches, thanks for coming. When you're sitting 104, you kind of have to sit fastball and try to adjust. It's brutal.
Yeah, here's the text. I'm marooned on a boat. I'm all in. Blow, jumping from the top rope, shark in an arm bar, Thunderdome. It's on. Going out on fire. No way I'm going to experience that in my right mind. Boy, that's true, man.
I like where we're going with it.
Yeah, it's
Blaze of glory.
Right, that's right. But then even in that state, you could still get rescued.
Sure.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I would go viral, and it would be the greatest rescue video of all time.
So the U.S. has a bounty on this guy. This is the new number 1 drug kingpin in the world. He's in Mexico, Jalisco.
Mm-hmm.
And the U.S. has a $15 million bounty on him.
Yikes.
They say he rarely leaves his mountain compound.
Mm-hmm.
Few photos of him circulate. The men protecting him are known as the Special Force of the High Command. They carry RPG-7 heat-seeking, shoulder-fired rocket launchers capable of piercing a tank.
Good Lord.
Visitors to the drug lord's stronghold are hooded before they embark on a 6-hour car ride through terrain sown with landmines. Locations of the pressure-activated explosives are known only by members of his inner circle.
Good grief. So, like, you're just trying to visit him, you have a good chance you're going to get blown up and just by
Well, no,
accident?
not if you're with his boys.
I guess, but still, like...
So what that's genius, by the way, because if you're trying to go up there and get him,
Yeah.
you don't know where the mines are.
No.
But if you go with his boys,
What happens if
they
you
know where the mines are.
Unless you make a oops. Like, I think this... I can't remember my password that I reset yesterday. You're expecting me to remember where I put all the mines? I don't like that at all.
I don't know. Anyway, pretty wild.
This is probably why he doesn't leave the compound. Now, I'm asking a question here. Like you're a Mexican drug cartel guy. You're high on the hog, right? You got
El
all
Rapo.
the women you want.
Yeah, El Rampa. That is
Yeah.
the name of some of my things. I should stop.
So El Rapo's up. You're on your mountain compound, right? You probably have your own little par 3 golf course up there. You got ladies. You got all the drugs you want. All the foods being flown in. But is it a good life that you can never, like, you're basically under house arrest. Now, it's the greatest house I'm sure imaginable, and anything you want gets brought to you. But is that a good life?
No, I've watched enough Narcos to know that I would never want to be in that world because you're always looking over your shoulder.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to live in a world where every meeting I go to I may get popped.
Yeah. That's a valid
You know what I'm
point.
saying? Like I'm out.
Yeah.
So apparently when they got El Chapo, remember El Chapo was the Sinaloa guy.
Yes.
And he was the head cheese. And his deal was heroin. He brought in all the heroin to the U.S. Well, once they caught El Chapo, one of the reasons fentanyl has increased exponentially is because, well, one, it's cheaper, but two, his kids. So El Chapo has 4 boys that inherited that drug empire, and they were the ones that switched everything to fentanyl.
Wow.
Because it was cheaper.
They're like, hey, you know what? Dad, heroin's an old man drug. Get with the times.
They
What if
kinda
What if
did.
they called him a boomer? Like, get with the
Okay,
times, old
boomer,
man.
take your heroin
Your
and
heroin.
shove it.
We're moving on. We're moving on to bigger and better things.
So,
by the way, I'm looking at some of the photos here of this like these Mexican cartel drug houses that like have been since raided and that like the DEA has gone through. Oh my God. I'm not saying I want to live that life, but if you are going to get stuck in a house, it's not bad. I'm looking at El Chapo's house here, and it looks like he doesn't have like a regular golf course. He does have a full golf course. So, I'm just saying I'm guessing the tee times there are quite open. Do you get tired of playing the same course?
So I guess, and I think it's amazing too about the cartels, how much we know, and yet we still can't stop it.
No.
Like apparently back in December of last year, this guy, Malchol, he sat down with one of the top guys from Sinaloa, and he said he agreed to give them weapons because they're all fighting a war against each other.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll give you weapons, and I'll give you fighters. I'll help you, and I'll give you money and everything.
Yeah.
You have to give me all your smuggling routes.
Oh.
And your tunnels.
This is like a game of Risk. We're just like swapping resources.
And they did.
Oh.
So that's how he's gotten so much cocaine into the U.S. is he's using he knew he was in a position of strength. This is how it works. I see. Again, I'm an expert on this. I watch Narcos.
Yeah.
So that he went to him and was like, "Look, I'll help you out, okay? But you're gonna help me."
Yeah, I need some roots. I'm looking here. This is from Business Insider, and this is the. Again, the DEA seized this drug mansion, Mexican cartels. I'm trying to see whose exactly this was, but they have some of the photos from here, and it's a villa, and it's crazy. It's got it comes with a zoo. There were 2 black jaguars, 7 lions, a white tiger, a fully underground cave with pool and hot tub. Think the grotto, but then some. There was a harem, so there was a hot chicks room. There was $12 million into walls. You just inside every wall. So you had a nice $12 million in cash.
I love how they do that.
Yeah, hidden into the wall.
That's old school. I should do that.
Well,
I just need the money.
Yeah, 12
I'd put money in my walls.
Would you?
Yeah, I think that's freaking fire.
Yeah,
but I think it's pretty genius.
But it's your house. What?
What?
It's your house. Wouldn't you put it somewhere else? Because if you,
where are you gonna put it?
I don't know.
Somewhere that's not on your property, where if someone was coming to rob you, they wouldn't just tear the place apart looking for it.
But where?
I don't know.
An undisclosed location. Maybe it's a storage unit. Maybe it's someone else's house. Maybe it's a safe house.
Unit?
I don't know.
Yeah, I just feel
get robbed all the time.
I just feel like you got to leave the house. And I don't have time to
do an Ark of the Covenant situation. Just find a massive warehouse and pick one little spot where no one's going to bother to poke
By the way,
around.
along with the $12 million in the walls, there was also just in the basement this pile of cash that was $18 million.
Yeah, I've seen that photo.
He's had $18 million just in the basement, although very nicely stacked.
Yeah, who is this? Is this old?
Yeah, this is.
I think that's back in the old.
Yeah, this is from
the old guy.
This is from the 90s.
Yeah, but who was the guy? Who was the main guy? The big drug. I can't think of his name.
Pablo Escobar?
Yes, Pablo. That's Pablo Escobar.
No, this is the Mexican government. So this is in Mexico. He was Colombian.
Oh, need a Muslim?
It doesn't say. It just says that this was a seized home of a Mexican drug cartel.
Okay.
So it doesn't say who it is, but these are photos from the when the Mexican government took it down and raided it, and they're just saying they're like, hey, this is what the house is, and I'm telling you, dude, this place is this is balling. I mean, the zoo and everything. I guess that's the whole point is if you can't leave your place, you make it as luxurious as possible, including a zoo. A lot of gold-plated guns.
By the way, if you care, cocaine prices have plummeted.
Oh.
Pure cocaine?
Yeah.
Prices have fallen by nearly half.
Is that because people are afraid to do it now because of the fentanyl?
No.
I just was wondering why cocaine, are we just not doing cocaine, or there's a shortage of cocaine? Why is
or falling out of popularity to other drugs?
Well, that's what I was wondering is is it tumbled because no one wants to do cocaine anymore because the idea of if you're doing cocaine, is it laced
fearful
with
that it's cut
fentanyl,
with
and then,
something?
you know. So no one's doing coke anymore because the fentanyl scary.
But does that mean they're doing more Molly or ecstasy or whatever else? Or?
So is this like the housing market? We have a bunch of people that are waiting for coke to plummet, and then they'll get back. You're going to buy all the coke. You're like, yeah, I'm waiting for coke to plummet, and then once it goes down, I'll get back into my giant coke habit.
It doesn't say why it's plummeted. I think it's just because it fell out of favor. But now it's like a buy low spot.
Yeah.
For blow.
Someone asked a good question. How many people did those tigers and jaguars eat? Do you think he was,
Oh yeah, you know
Probably.
that he fed some
would assume,
ne'er-do-wells
right?
after business.
What was the
taken care
movie
of.
where the old guy in the wheelchair fed?
Oh,
was that Lecter?
He
Hannibal
got fed.
Lecter?
Yeah, it was Hannibal. It was the second Lecter. Hannibal
Well, he
Lecter
would
movie.
feed people to the
pigs. Yeah.
But then he ended up getting
ended up,
eaten
yeah.
by the pigs.
Supposedly, I don't know. I'm assuming that's not an old wives' tale because they did that in the guy
Snatch as well. Right?
Yeah, in Snatch. Supposedly, that's a way to get rid of bodies is you get these giant hogs and they just
because they like I think they're one of the few animals that'll actually eat and grind up the bones.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, and they just so that's the thing from Snatch. He said, "Be careful of any wealthy guy that owns pigs." if you know some rich kook, but he's got a bunch of
if he owns pigs and he's not a farmer, don't go to his house.
Yes.
The other little nugget in here, they said that this guy's team has they manage 50 phones of top cartel lieutenants, and every week their operatives review all of the phone logs and gather the phones to ensure all of their people have not spoken with anyone, like any enemy.
So you just
every week.
Dude.
And then they get new phones.
It's freaking crazy.
So, dude, they give them new phones every week. It's crazy, dude. The steps that this guy will never get caught.
No.
At this rate,
I'm fascinated by that world. I read a book on Pablo Escobar, and like I think he was, I don't know if he still is, but at the time, like he was like the 30th richest person in the world. It said when he died, he was worth like $30 billion. He was like a not just a rich man, one of the richest around. He had more money than Phil Knight, for God's sakes. And reading through about that guy, it was like, what a fascinating.
Dude, it's nuts.
He was worth $30 billion at his death.
Yeah.
In 1993.
Yes. So what is that today? Like, and they sent him to prison, and he only agreed to go to prison if he could build his own prison. And they were like, cool. And he built his own prison, and then he got tired after a certain period of time, and he left the prison that he built himself.
So this guy's name, if you really want to know his real name, it's Nemesio Mencho Oseguera. He is from Jalisco, and he is not to be messed with.
Yeah, and don't Google him, because then,
good luck finding him.
He's going to find out about
Very
it.
few pictures of him exist, although the one that does, he kind of like a younger looking El Chapo. Like, it's not that intimidating.
I always like when the guy cuts like a striking figure.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
That $30 billion would be worth $66 billion today.
Is that all?
That's what this is.
That's it. I'm trying to see where that would rank him. That would
I
put
don't know
him.
that's top 50, is it?
You said 66?
Oh, that's top 50.
Yeah, that would put
top 10.
No, that would put him at about the 27th richest person on the planet right now.
Not number one.
No, but he would kill number one. He could kill.
At the time of his death, he was the 7th richest man in the world.
It's freaking nuts.
No one kills Elon.
Not gonna say anything.
Why not? What do you think of Elon Musk?
Free speech advocate. He probably loves Kimmel.
Free speech until it's not, right?
You guys, we gotta go. We gotta wrap this baby up, and we'll do that next on The Fan.
I love Tesla.
Dirt and spray. Dirt and spray.
I'm Dirt. Football is just completely fallen off a cliff, and they're at a point where an entire restart almost feels worthy, and they need to go hire somebody to see what Tulane did. You need to go look at the programs around the country who don't have a lot of great funding. They're not in a power conference because this woe is me. Everybody left us. We just accept our fate, and it is what it is. I hate that defeatist mentality.
The home of Dirt and Spray. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on the Fan Sports Network.
Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $32.99, plus 2 times points at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Limits apply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $32.99, plus 2 times points at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Limits apply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Portland Perk.
Perks? Looking for some fun that the whole family can enjoy? Right now, you can get one ride bracelet to Oaks Amusement Park and get a second one free. A limited quantity is available only at PortlandPerks.com. Oaks Park, where the fun never ends.
Someone I believe in was arrested for a DUI. What can I do? This is McDaniel Reynolds with the Reynolds Defense Firm, and we specialize in just one thing. We represent good people facing DUI charges. While you can't make it go away, one of the most important things you can do is to